Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. It might be a little late, but I hope people come out. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me share this. Share this. Let's see. Okay. So I guess I'll start. People probably won't come tonight, but thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the Clippers. The Clippers had some comments. I did a video. I haven't done a video on that, but give me a second. Okay. This is Kawhi Leonard basically talking about Doc's firing and losing a 3-1 lead in injuries.
Good off season. I'm a bit of a two-parter here. You said you guys need to get smarter in this season after last. Did you feel like you guys did that? And if you could just detail to us the conversation with Serge. Serge told us you texted him just what's up during the off season as a recruitment text.
Yeah. I don't know what I told him, but I talk to Serge here and there, FaceTime all the time. So once free agency came, I sent him a text and I told him, made it clear as day, you come here or not. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to be telling you, all the things that LA have. He knows what I'm about and what I'm trying to do as far as playing for an organization. So, that was my text. Are you coming or not?
And then on the first part, the getting smarter, you guys did need to get smarter.
Yeah, just as far as basketball IQ, you know what I mean? Just knowing when to throw the ball in the post or get a three, or just talking, or it's a lot of basketball situations, knowing shot clock, game clock, what certain plays are in a certain time, just everything pretty much.
And we'll move over to Ross.
Hey, Kawhi, what's up? It's Roz. Great to see you.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Obviously, there's a lot of discussion about team chemistry and that, there wasn't really enough when it mattered most. What adjustment will you take personally yourself, if any at all, to make team chemistry even stronger this season?
Just pretty much just it's the same thing. With us last year, it was kind of different. Team chemistry builds from day one. You know what I mean? Coming in camp, I was coming, had a procedure done. PG had a procedure done. Some of the other guys were in and out in the training camp, so we didn't play. Well, just me and PG didn't play probably any of the preseason games. I probably played one or two. I'm not sure, but we wasn't in training camp. And I think this year, just us being able to start training camp, able to practice and go full speed with the guys since day one. I think that'll just build up to a better, chemistry. So guys are either falling in line in the middle of the season or first game. You know what I mean? We all are here together now.
Anything off the court that you feel like, hey, this is my job as the leader of this team?
I mean, obviously, you just got to make sure, same stuff we did last year, just try to, go to some team dinners, try to gather with one another, enjoy something together rather than basketball. But, with the COVID and everything going on, it'll be harder this year to do that. But, we can find out ways to play games or, just talk and conversate.
We're going to move over to Andrew.
Hey, Kawhi, welcome back. When Ty was hired, Ballmer said that one of the things he liked about him was that he has a track record of holding guys accountable. And when you look back at last year kind of review, are there areas on that theme where you feel like you guys and yourself particularly, you guys could have done a better job fostering better accountability within the team? And have you guys as a team this year discussed about ways to do that better?
Ty, it's a different start with Ty, but I just think last year, with what happened with, like I
What's
said,
up, dude? Little.
Obviously, we should have won. We could have won. It's a lot of that in your mind, but just looking at it from my perspective, obviously we should all play better, coach better, did all that, but like I was saying, with everybody just being here, I just feel like last year we wasn't able to start the season. Then we came into a pause with the COVID, and then we get to the bubble, and then guys, have family issues. You know what I mean? So they're outside for a longer period of time, coming back in.
What up, Trey?
On our team with COVID, so it was another training camp starting in a bubble. We missing 3 players. You know what I mean? So I just think all that had.
I'm playing the Kawhi Leonard audio, dude. Little.
Accountability and chemistry. I think that all played a big role.
We'll move over to Owen.
Hey, Kawhi, great seeing you and welcome back. This is the shortest offseason anybody's had to deal with. I was wondering how did you spend your offseason compared to other off seasons, and how you feeling physically and going into the season? How motivated are you? Like, how much does that?
Can y'all hear the audio?
The game 7 doesn't stick with me at all. You know what I mean? We had chances to win before that game 7, so it just.
Hold on real quick. Okay. Give me a sec. I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm just inviting some people. Okay. My bad, y'all.
For me, it's just about like this year not skipping any steps. I'm definitely motivated. I want to win. The difference of this offseason is it's a
Kawhi Leonard is basically explaining about the offseason and how they were able to acquire Serge. And when he talked to Serge, he was saying you need to come out here and let's go. Let's get to work. The pickup of Serge Ibaka was a great pickup, but what's gonna hurt the Clippers is when you basically re-sign Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris to me he's too hot tempered and he's too temperamental. And defensively, he's not a great on-ball defender at times. Sometimes his man cooks him to the basket and gets him to the basket, and it's hard for him to defend. Now, shooting wise, he's raw. What up, Joe? Oh no. Is it on pay-per-view? Is it on pay-per-view, Joe? But basically, with the Clippers, what happened to the Clippers is they basically, to me, took a step back. Signing Marcus Morris and then signing Reggie Jackson, to me, has really put them a step back. And to me, they're probably going to be, I don't even think they're probably like the second best team in the West, because the Nuggets look good. And not only do the Nuggets look good, you have the Jazz. The Jazz look good. The Mavericks look good. So the West is going to be very competitive. And Marcus Morris, he basically said, he basically had, he was being interviewed by basically the reporters and the sports, the reporters. He was being interviewed by the reporters. And he basically said, Montrez and Jermichael, yeah, they were, they're on other teams. And when we play them, we're going to have to kick their ass too. So he's basically taking it personal that they're playing on other teams. But if they got to beat them to get to where they have to get to, I believe they can get there. Now, the thing here is, how is Kawhi's knees going to hold up? Remember, Kawhi has arthritic knees. His knees aren't that good. And he's been known not to play a full season. So we have to answer that. Paul George, is his nuts going to come out of his stomach, or is he going to still have him stuck up there? Is he going to be no planners Paul again? We don't need to see this story where you come into the regular season and you play awesome, but when it gets tight and the game gets thick, you start getting scary and you start backing down. So to me, the Clippers have a lot to prove. They have to come in with more tenacity. They have to come in a little tougher. They have to be a little tougher and everything. What's up? Who did it? So yeah, basically it's basically going to come down to the league wants the Lakers. Everybody knows it. All the content creators, if you've been watching them, they've been saying the same thing. The Lakers are going to get it. Right now, I just really don't see a team that could beat them. Now, the Clippers, if those guys can fit together and the pieces come together, then they'll be tough. They'll be tough, but they're going to be tough, and they're going to be very tenacious. So the thing that we have to do is we have to pay attention to what the league wants. And the league basically wants the LA rivalry, everyone's saying, but I don't think it might happen because I think the Clippers aren't that good. The Lakers, they got pieces, but how long are they going to fit? Dennis Schroeder wants to start. So that's going to be a problem all season. He wants to start. Is he going to start? Is he going to have a chance to start? We don't know. Time will tell. We will have to see what the season entails, because the season, it may go as according to plan, them running through everybody. But when LeBron get that one loss or that second loss, he's basically going to trade a couple people to trade 3 or 4 people. He's going to find a way to trade somebody out of here. he's gonna find a way to move somebody. And that's if he loses. But the thing is, the young teams who are going to be surprising, right, Joe Cool, the Lakers still don't have shooters. They don't. And that's going to hurt them in the long run. But for the young teams that's coming up, we got the Pelicans and we got the Kings. Luke Walton, to me, is going to be the reason that the Kings really don't make it. What's up, Joe Cool?
What up?
Chilling, man. No, I got off late, man, so I just ain't feel like watching no fight tonight.
I feel you, man. It's peak season here, man. That peak season is here.
Yeah, so I've been just doing that. I've been tired, man. I ain't been catching nobody's lives or anything. I've been getting in late. Shoot.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
Trying to kill us, boy.
Yeah, they trying to kill us, man. They don't have no regards for us. As long as they're making their money, they're good. They don't care. So what you think? So what you think about the NBA season, man? I don't have the Clippers really finishing number 2. I think they're gonna be maybe the 4th seed or 5th seed. I just think they took a step back. I don't like the way their team is constructed. I don't like the re-signing of Reggie Jackson, and I damn sure don't like Marcus Morris getting that huge contract, and he has been known to flare up during the game.
Yeah, me too, man. Because I'm like, when they re-signed Morris, I'm like, why would they give him so much money like that, man? And he didn't really produce this past season like they wanted him to, or what they expected to. And with Reggie Jackson, we know what we're gonna get out of Reggie Jackson. Same old. Like,
choking.
Dang, they have to give Kawhi pieces that complement him.
Right.
And Serge Ibaka, that's a good addition to them. That'll help them better with rebounding too. And control the paint a little bit better. But Paul George, like you said, he need to step up. I mean, he ain't been right since Indiana, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the same thing. He hasn't been, and it's just pissing me off. Okay, I put up a video. He talking trash about Doc, but I'm like, dude, you were the one who choked. Doc tried to put you. Now I can't put everything on Doc. If you're a superstar, I feel like you have to step up. You have to step up to the plate and say, you know what? I'm gonna take this game over. I'm gonna be the guy to try to bring us back, even if we lose. I'll still attempt to get us to that point to win or put us in position to win. These players today is like, I don't know what's up with Paul George. And then he wants to blame his mental issues. But when he was dropping 35 or 36 in the game, he didn't bring up those mental issues. He basically blocked it away. Right.
Exactly.
So
it's like they let I don't know if it's the era, but mentally, you're supposed to be headstrong about the game.
Right.
You're supposed to approach the game like it's your last each time. And it's like when he misses his first 2 or 3 shots, or something not going his way, he mentally breaks down. And it's like, dude, I don't understand you, man. Like, you're a good player. Why don't you show it?
Right. But I think the thing with Paul George is he needs a coach or somebody to hold him accountable to say, look, you can't keep passing blame to him or him because that's the rap on him. You know that he blames everybody. And then not only that, look at OKC, what he did. He flamed out there. And then he had a bad performance last year. So this is a continuation. So I don't really see him getting better. I just see him getting worse. Do you feel like they should be able to try to trade him before the trade deadline or during some part of the season? Because I don't know. I just don't have a feeling this Clippers team is I don't think this is it. I think they're going to make some moves as the season goes because I don't see this as being the final product. You can't depend on Paul George getting into the later months and trying to get to the playoffs. You got to add some
Right.
more people.
That's like instead of them getting Paul George, what if they could have went after Bradley Beal at the
Right.
time? I wonder how that chemistry would work with him and Kawhi. I think it would have been a little bit better because Bradley
Yeah.
Beal is a little bit more mentally tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George, and it's like you can't bring your emotions on the court, man. You gotta bring that toughness and that heart to the court. And if he keep playing like he like you said, he's not gonna get any better. He's gonna play the same every year,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna wonder why haven't I won the championship, or why did I let my game deteriorate like that?
Mm-hmm.
Or stay like it is.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
I just think his play and everything, and his play just to me has just been so erratic. But the Serge Ibaka, like you were saying, I like that part because you got a young guy in Zubac. Look what Serge did to the young guys in Toronto. He made the young guys better. He gave them mental stability to feel like, you know what, I'm young, but I'm good at this, and he works on that part of their game and until they grow other parts. And I think he'll be a great addition with Zubac because Zubac, I like Zubac's talent. I like how he attacks. I like how he stays strong in the paint. I just felt like Doc should have rotated him more in JaMychal Green, who's no longer there. I just think, yeah, they should have kept him. I felt Doc should have played him more down the stretch, and that would have worked, but things happen. But I'm not sold on Ty Lue. I mean, do you feel Ty Lue's gonna do something different this time around, or do you feel like he's just there to babysit and the assistant coaches or the players are gonna be running it? Like, how do you feel about Ty Law?
I feel like he's gonna coach the same way he did in Cleveland. He's not gonna do too much. He's just a piece for that position, because it's like when they was in the playoffs this past year and the way they were playing, it's like Doc already knew he was leaving that last series. I'm like, he's not even drawing nothing up. He's not even holding the board to pull up no plays, work on this, do this. He's just, come on, guys, we got to get going. It's like you don't even care. It's like you just want to give Ty Lue the job. You already knew. It's almost like he knew Ty Lue was gonna get the job anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I go to Philly, and you can take this position, even though I feel like they should have made Sam Cassell or go after Mark Jackson as the head coach,
right?
Or Chauncey Billups,
right?
Somebody that knows. Not saying he doesn't know the game, but Tyronn Lue, it's been funny to me ever since he got into coaching. I'm like, Tyronn Lue, like he hasn't done anything.
Right.
I mean, but they weren't gonna let him coach in Cleveland.
Right.
They just brought him there just to have that position and win a championship. Well, be given a championship as a coach.
Yep. And babysitting LeBron.
Yep.
So basically, I think the Nuggets, it was interesting this week with the Nuggets. Joker basically just saying, look, man, we don't care about the Lakers or the Clippers. I love it because this is what old basketball was. And I wish all these young guys were able to see it when we were growing up. Like, is beef between one another. It's, look, man, like, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about my team. Nobody looking at who team doing this or what team doing what. Joker basically said, we don't care. We're here. We came back. We beat the Nuggets. We beat the Clippers. And look, we were like 2 games away from beating the Lakers to get to the championship. If not for some bogus calls, but we know how the game is ran right now. So what do you feel about the Nuggets? Do you think the Nuggets are going to be a surprise team, or do you think they're going to be the same old Tyson Nuggets?
I think if they stay healthy, that's the one thing I worry about them is injuries. But if they can stay healthy and with the additions of the players that they have now, in free agency, I think
Right.
they can be right in the mix again if they keep their composure and
Hmm.
keep that heart going. And
Right.
big man in the middle, he already voiced his opinion. So
Hmm.
that's the mentality he got to inform his team about. Like, look, we
Right.
ain't worrying about them. We already know the media gonna talk about them every day anyway, especially
Correct.
the Lakers and
Right.
LeBron James. So
Exactly.
let's just go out there and prove that we should have beat them in the playoffs. They got a good team, man. I mean, they're young. They got some talent. I wish they could have kept Grant though.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing that worries me. They lost Grant, but they picked up Jermichael. But Jermichael's
yeah,
defense isn't to that level. He's better offensively, but his
hmm
defense isn't at the level Jeremy Grant's was. That's the
hmm
biggest thing that I'm worried about. And also Porter Jr. Like, what is his maturity going to be when he doesn't have the ball in his hand at the end of the game or dominating the ball? Is he going to pout like he did last year in the bubble where he was saying,
right.
oh, the plays just ran for Murray and Joker? Like, what are we going to expect to see from Michael Porter Jr.? Is Michael Porter Jr. to you a player that could be, I say, superstardom one day, maybe star, or maybe a great role player? Like, where do you see Michael Porter Jr. being?
I think he's a work in progress because
Okay.
by him pouting like he did, it's like okay, he still got some maturity to go through,
Right.
and I think he could. I say he could be to the level of maybe Brandon Ingram if he
Mm,
can just control his composure, man, and play the game and stay out of foul trouble too.
right.
Because I think he went through that a lot in the playoffs too. But
Right.
he has the talent to be something pretty good, you know, to be on that all-star or a little bit below all-star
Mhm.
status.
Right.
He has the potential. He just have
Mhm.
to know how to control it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And work on this game. I feel like they need to help Bol too.
Yeah.
Because that'll help big man in the middle a lot, because he's athletic. I'm like, to be
Mhm.
that tall, he can run the floor like that. I'm like, they should have played him a little bit more
Yeah.
playoffs to kind of give Jokic some time to rest
Mhm.
a little bit. They could have, put him in the system a little bit more, and that would have kind of helped them against the Lakers a little bit more too.
Right.
He could at
Yeah.
least like collapsed in the middle to stop, freight train from running down the middle so much.
Yeah.
He could at
True.
least try to contest him. But
That
it's
is
like
true.
when they know he got the ball at the top, they just gonna let him go right through the middle. And it's like collapse the middle, knock him down, do something to
Right.
prove that he's not the best player in the league. So
Yeah. I just think his defense, I think Michael need to work on his defense. If he can get his defense top notch, I'm not saying it's going to be the greatest in the world because you could tell he's offensive first. He's an
yeah,
offensive guy. That's his
yep.
mindset. He's not going to be that defensive guy. We've only seen anomalies do that.
hmm
So to me, that's what he has to work on that defense. When the ball's not coming to you, what can you do when you're not shooting or have the ball
Right.
in your hand? You got to
Yep.
learn how to do other things. And I think if he does that, I think this team can step up. And then you got Gary Morris. He's going to be back for a full season. Remember, he got hurt, or I think he got hurt and caught the COVID. I'm not sure. Don't quote me
hmm
on that, but he got hurt. I know that, but he came back. He did well in the Clippers series, but you could see that fatigue hitting him in the Lakers series because he
Yep.
wasn't used to that playing style, and he hasn't been playing in a while.
Right.
So I think that the team could take off. I think they'll be good. I like JaMychal Green coming. I think he brings attitude and toughness. And I think they got Millsap back too. So you have him with Joker. Jamal Murray, to me, he has to show that, look, I'm a superstar.
Right.
Because you can't have these performances and then you come up a dud later on.
Right.
You got to keep it going. So do you see him as a superstar? Do you think he'll just be a star? Like he'll go off, but then some games it's like he's out. It's like whatever. He's over here. So what do you think he is?
I think he can become a superstar. Like it's almost like he gave his all against the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they got to the Lakers, it's like, well, I'm gonna kind of balance it out. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm gonna try to get everybody else involved, but the times where he needed to take over the game, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you was determined to beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean, you were really determined to beat them to prove a point that y'all one of the best teams in the West.
Right.
So it's like y'all gotta. He has a chance to be I think he's gonna be an all-star.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know. It depends on the system too. How much they advance their system on the defensive end for one. Because I look at teams like defensively, it's like, can you really stop these teams that come in with the type of system that they run? It's like, can y'all really fix the mistakes y'all made the previous year, or y'all gonna go out there and play the same way defensively? You gotta switch it up.
Right.
You gotta switch it up. So I think he got the potential to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But how long did how many years did they give Green, JaMychal Green?
JaMychal, let me see. I can pull it up now. Give me a second. JaMychal Green.
And Earl won the fight.
Oh, did he beat him convincingly?
Yeah, he outboxed him, and he landed a lot of punches on Danny. Danny got a little black eye a little bit, and a little cut above his nose. But he stayed in front of him the whole time.
Yeah,
like he always do. So
that's what's up. I just ain't. Yeah, I just got off. I ain't even feel like watching it. I was, but I said I'm good. JaMychal Green signed a 2-year, $14 million. 759,508 contract.
okay.
So he getting that money.
So he's probably gonna come off he'll probably be the 6th or 7th man coming off the bench.
Yeah, I believe so.
He'll get more playing time than he did with the Clippers.
Oh, absolutely. And plus, the coach will let him in the rotation more than what the other one did. So to me, that's one of the surprise teams to me, the Nuggets. Like I said, basically we need to see if Jamal Murray's going to step up and be that star, that superstar. We know he's an all-star, but we need to see if he's going to be a superstar. And between the Clippers, we believe they took a step back. I also feel like the Lakers, they're gonna do whatever it takes to push them, but they look decent. But I see guys like Dennis Schroeder who basically wants to play. And do you think he's gonna shut the hell up, or you think he gonna be like, hell no, I'm Dennis Schroeder, I'm finna play? So what? So what do we think he's gonna do?
We know LeBron gonna dictate what happens on that team. He gonna make him shut up and say, "I'm the point guard. Who are you?"
Right.
I got rings.
As he should. Yes. As he should.
You can't do what you want.
Right.
So
as he should. Like Dennis Schroeder just needs to shut up and go along with the ride. I mean, he's an okay player to me. I've never been a fan of Dennis Schroeder since what he did in Atlanta. In Atlanta, he tore that team up. I mean, he tore that team up.
Yeah, he did. It's just you just gotta wait and see, man, because we got so many moves throughout the season this year, and I want this season to be better than last season, but it's gonna be kind of hard because they're still gonna be without crowds. So it puts you in the mind of a scrimmage type game anyway to me by not having no fans. But they losing money, so they got to try to gain that amount of money back. Right, harder this year than last year. So
it is.
Yep. I just want the media. Well, they're not going to do it, but I just wish the media would stop talking about one team every
Right.
game.
Right.
For the past,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, one player
Yeah.
for
One
the
player.
past 10
Get it right.
years.
One player. Yeah. So that's basically it. And that's basically how I look at it. Now, Chris Paul going to the Phoenix Suns. Everyone is talking about, oh, they're going to be a tough team and they're going to get to the playoffs. They probably could be like a 5th seed or 6. I'm looking at maybe more 8 or 9-ish, maybe 10, depending on the Pelicans, how they perform, because the Pelicans, people didn't see, they just re-signed Brandon Ingram. So now you got him back, and now they got Eric Bledsoe from that trade. I mean, they could do some things. I'm not saying Eric Bledsoe's a world beater, but I'm just saying he'll be good as probably a 3rd or 4th option because you got Zion and Brandon Ingram. But what's your thoughts? Do you feel that Brandon Ingram should be the alpha, the number 1 guy to close at the end of the game, or do you think it should be Zion? Like, who team?
I think by watching Brandon Ingram play, he's developed a little bit better from last year. Coming into this past season. So
Right.
he should, you know what, the way things happened in LA when he was in LA with LeBron, you could tell like, okay, it's like, dude, you don't have everything, LeBron. Give me the ball sometime.
Right.
Give me the looks when I need it so I can make the shot. And LeBron looked at it like, well, I'm the chosen one. So I'm gonna get you traded anyway. That's why the one play that made me realize that Brandon Ingram didn't want to be there was when LeBron wanted a hot screen at the top of the key.
Right.
And he called Brandon Ingram over to do it. And Brandon looked at him and threw his hand out like, man, I'm not giving you no screen. And he started walking right back to the 3-point line. I'm like, yeah, he don't like him. I'm like, he don't want to play with him. So I'm like, I think, and by them having the team that they have at the Pelicans, they have enough talent if they can stay healthy to do some work. I actually think they could be a 6th or 7th or possibly an 8th seed this year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they'll do better than Phoenix. I really do.
Yeah, I see that too. I believe they'll be better than Phoenix too. I believe they will be, and I believe the Jazz are gonna be better.
Yeah. Did they let go Gobert? Is Gobert still there?
I think he is. What's up, Steve?
What up, bro?
Chilling,
What up?
chilling. We're talking about a little basketball. Basically what I did earlier, I was playing Kawhi Leonard. He basically was giving his take on what happened during the season and how he got surged to come to the LA Clippers. But basically how I feel is the Clippers, they have no excuse this year. But to me, they took a big step back. I think they're going to be more of a 3rd or 4th seed team. I don't like the re-signing of Marcus Morris. I don't like the re-signing of Reggie Jackson. But I like the Serge Ibaka. I like the Serge Ibaka pickup because I think that'll be good in replacing Montrezl Harrell and Jermichael Green leaving. I think that'll add up to not only leadership and experience, but him and Kawhi played with each other before, but I just still don't feel like that's gonna be strong enough to get to that 1st seed. So what do you think? Do you think the Clippers are the best team, the 2nd best team, or do you feel they took a step back or a step forward? How do you feel about it?
Tell you the truth, man, I got to see the Clippers play this year.
Right.
I mean, last year, everybody was hurt. They couldn't jail. So I just got to see how they play. But I think they'll be all right, though.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
They might can squeeze out a game against the Lakers. I think they can still squeeze the game out the Lakers because your boy ain't going to play no defense on Kawhi anyway.
Right.
He going to stand around like he normally do.
Right. Hey, everybody else doing his dirty work for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, how can people pull for this dude, man? Like,
That's what I'm talking about. I don't like that guy, man. I don't like Bron.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I look at it like this. Basically, we know what this is. You know, Braun is the guy. He's gonna be the face for a while. And basically, they basically told us we either deal with it or just go away. But unfortunately, I have to watch him and all the teams this year so I can report on it. But I feel like the Clippers, the way they're constructed now, I think they could pull out probably a win, maybe two they can against the Lakers, but I just don't know about their bench because they got rid of Magruder. They got rid of a couple other pieces. They also got rid of like I said, Trez left. That's going to be a huge void to fill, but I think Serge can do it. But Marcus Morris, I just don't like Marcus Morris. I think he's going to bring them down, especially in those games. They're going to get in his head. And then he don't play well when he play his brother. He always plays like he don't want to beat him or something. So I don't know, man. I just don't see that. But I see the Nuggets as the second best team right now. I got the Lakers, I got the Nuggets, I got the Clippers or the Mavericks. It depends. Because I'm not sold on Porzingis. Porzingis to me gets hurt too much. He's always hurt, basically. He was hurt in New York. That was most of his career on the bench. And
he came to the Dallas Mavericks hurt.
Right. He came.
Like, wow.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
On Christmas Day, I thought the Lakers supposed to play the Clippers.
Yeah, I think they do December 22nd.
But they I seen they had Dallas up there.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, they put Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, they put Dallas up there for Christmas Day.
Dallas and the Lakers.
Is it Dallas and the Lakers? Because that'll be a good game.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna. Yeah. I guess they're looking at Luka be the face of the NBA.
Yeah, he might be. I mean, shoot, Luka a bad white boy, you know.
Yeah.
He a bad boy.
I think Steph gonna try to make prove a point this year too. By
right.
Being out, by
I want to see how KD gonna play this year.
I know.
That's the thing, man. I just don't know. I think he's gonna be okay, but I just think that it's gonna take him a while to get together. I just think it's gonna take him a little bit to
jail.
Right. It's gonna take him a little bit to jail. You know, once he jails, you know, then we'll see what's going on. But I just don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough
like
from that standpoint.
You think I think by All-Star break, by the time he come back from that, I think he'd be okay.
Who that is?
KD.
Yeah.
I think he would have been better off just staying in Golden State and
right.
them out their problem, because think about if he was still there and they lost Clay for this year, it would have been pretty good. You know, that'd be probably a third or fourth seed if he would have stayed.
Yeah.
But he was already done. You know, basically when the argument with him and Draymond happened.
Yeah.
I think he was done right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he mentally just checked out. He was like, look, man, I'm out of here. And then I think him and Kyrie just talked to each other and just planned to go there. They were like, all right, this is how we're gonna run it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm just not sure about them, man. Is Kyrie gonna buy into the let's move the ball? Because KD wants to move the ball. KD doesn't want to just dominate the ball all day, but if he has to, he can. But he knows winning championships, you got to move the ball. And Kyrie has been a guy who has not moved the ball very well. And not only that, he's very injury prone. So he's a guy who could get hurt again. So, like, I just don't know about the Brooklyn Nets. To me, they're a question mark. It can click and then it'll be really great, or it could just fail and it'll be really bad. Guys will probably be asking for trades. guys will probably be wanting to
Like,
beat
done
each
with it.
other head in.
Done
You
with
said
it,
who?
man. Done with it. They, like, get me out of here. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, but that I just wish they could work, man, because I see Dinwiddie as that third or fourth option, and
Yeah.
he'll be dangerous. But you know, he don't want to come off the bench. If you could just, I just don't know, man. I just think Kyrie's game just doesn't know how to translate to other players. I just think he has a hard time doing that. I just
Think about
don't.
it. If you go back and look at when he was in college at Duke, he only
Mhm.
played what 11 games,
Yeah,
and when he was out of the game, I'm not a Duke fan, but they flourished like they supposed to. And when he came back in the tournament, their chemistry was gone.
right.
He kind of messed up the chemistry of them. But he was
So
already a prospect, but
yeah,
they got beat by Arizona.
yeah. So he's
I'm like,
always probably been a bad chemistry guy. Basically, what you're saying.
I mean, Duke was coasting, and when he
Right.
came back, you know, Nolan Smith got Player of the Year that year
Yeah.
because he was the point guard. But then Kyrie came back. They won the next game
What up,
in the
Mr.
tournament.
Go
And
go
then
ahead, Joe. My bad.
it just changed. Their chemistry changed. Not saying he's not a good player, but that's why, you know, Durant fit in the Golden State system because, like you said, they moved the ball around
Right.
and it worked. And it's
Mhm.
like it's kind of hard to find teams like that have ball movement like that.
Mm-hmm.
That use that old style system, and then it works.
Right.
You can't look for a quick fix. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On the chemistry. Because
Right.
if you don't have it, you just don't have it.
Right. That's how I feel about it. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as I just don't know. I just know Karis LeVert is a guy who's basically up and coming, and I think he'll be a solid number 3. And I just hope they move the ball around because if he gets hot one game, he can just
You're gonna be on.
destroy you. Right.
Yeah,
He can just beat you.
Yeah, he pretty good now.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
you
a
would
bad
think
boy.
and you would think the media would talk about players,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't. It's like y'all don't even give respect to the other players on other teams that play well.
Right.
It's like y'all so concerned about this dude, this one guy, and what he's gonna do, or what
Right.
he's gonna do to the NBA. It's like, man, the NBA be so much better when he leaves.
Yeah, that's all I'm waiting on for him to leave. He'll be a better NBA. Like when he missed the last when he made the playoff last year. I mean, the first time he came to the Lakers, that was a good playoff.
It was. It was low
Yep.
key a great playoffs. Like it had a lot of buzzer beaters and it had a lot of back and forth. You got to see teams grow. Portland was growing in front of our eyes. The Nuggets were growing in front of our eyes. They were just like last year. They were always losing in the series, and they come back and beat you. You know, it just fell short against Portland, and then we saw Portland had a Buffalo Bill episode. They blew 4 straight games, and then they got beat. But what could have been if it could have been the Blazers versus the Raptors? That would have been a crazy game. And just watching Kawhi, just how he dominated, how he took over and hit those shots when they needed it.
Yeah, see, they don't talk about that right now.
You said what?
They don't talk about when Kawhi went all the way to Toronto his first year and won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
But when LeBron went to the Lakers, he went nowhere near the playoff.
Right.
But they don't want to talk about how Kawhi when he won.
Well, we know why. We know why they don't want to. They gotta have a villain to the to their hero, which is LeBron. LeBron is their hero, and Kawhi, they gotta make him the villain. We've seen this before. We've seen this with Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. We've seen this with Bird and all the black players. You know, we've seen this with everybody. This is how the league's going to be ran. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm too much of a fan of basketball to stop watching. So I just feel like, you know, they're gonna give it to him to do what he does. So it is what it is.
And it's funny that, you know, you hear people say, you know, Michael didn't ever play, or that 90s team, that 90s era never played Golden State 72-9. And
Right.
I be talking about that at work. I'm like, man, every team Mike played in the finals could beat the 72-9 Golden State Warriors. What are y'all talking about?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
they all have ball movement. But
Not only
they had
not only ball movement, they all had a high IQ in defense. They also had a high IQ on offense. They could score left or right. They're not going to come down and shoot a three to let you back in the game. They're going to keep attacking the post. They're going to keep going to the basket because the game was played inside out back then. So you saw the game start to transition when Kobe came in because he started shooting threes from damn near half court, you know, and then you had other guys shooting like AI, and then you had all these Ray Allen. Ray Allen was, people forget Ray Allen, his first years in Milwaukee, he was a monster. He was dunking on everybody and he was crossing and hitting threes, you know. So to me, the league now, you know, the 73-9 team, they were great for what they were and for the games they won. It was a great thing they did, but at the end of the day, they couldn't survive this team from the 90s because they're too small. I mean, they're too small. They wouldn't be able to
take that Portland team. Take the Portland team.
Oh, they killed them. Yeah, Clyde and them, and then Terry Porter would have ran through Steph Curry.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Then you got Jerome Kersey, you got Cliff Robinson, you got Kevin Duck. Man, that's three players right there gone.
And then you had Cliff Robinson.
Oh man, I miss Uncle Cliff, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, gosh, man, all this talent.
Yeah, Clifford was that guy. I
like the Clifford Robinson, man. I like old school players.
Yeah. They were scrappy. They didn't care. They played around there and played tough. They didn't take no plays off. They never did.
Exactly. It is what it is, man. Is this game here? I just come to the conclusion we just might as well get used to it because they're gonna change it. They're just gonna change it, and then we're gonna keep seeing garbage, and then until they finally just be like, okay, they're gonna figure out a way to finally turn it around.
As far as I can see, when I was watching NBA back in the day when Michael was playing, when Michael was the face of the NBA, I never see the NBA pushing Michael like that, like they pushing LeBron James. They didn't talk about Michael. They didn't talk about Michael Jordan every day like they do Bron. Bron wasn't even in the playoff. They talk about that man every day. And people get tired of hearing about this man every day now. Like when Kyrie hit that win and won that championship for him in Cleveland. They didn't talk about that. They talk about the block.
Right. The defining moment is the block other than the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
Like, man.
If it weren't for that point, you would have won.
And people forget when the Lakers won the championship against Philadelphia with Iverson. They talk about game 1 more than that championship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That get the praise as if that game was the championship.
Right.
Compared to the Lakers winning the championship.
Right.
Because of the heart that Iverson had.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's legendary right there.
It was. It was. What's up? Who did it?
What's going on, fellas? Can y'all hear me?
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, because I'm on my phone, man. I'm not at the crib, so I'm trying to make sure it's not echoing. Is it? Are y'all clear? Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah, we good.
All right, that's a bet, man. That's a bet.
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that performance that Allen Iverson did, it was probably one of the greatest we've seen in a long time because of him being under 6 feet and just doing what he did to the Lakers. The Lakers was beating everybody that year. They swept through the whole thing. And it was amazing. It was like, wow. And they beat them. You know, if only they could have made it a fair game and not let Shaq get away with certain stuff, they could have won some games. But you know, they didn't want that to happen because they didn't want Iverson to be the face of the league. If Iverson ever was the face of the league, it would have crumbled what they felt like would have been the league to attract certain players they wanted to attract. But
he
today,
bought ratings that year too. He bought
Right.
ratings that year.
right. That's why because they played that tough Bucks team. That Bucks team should have won the game. Because they had a better team, and then they were getting some bad calls against them. And Ray Allen probably would have still been in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because didn't Iverson miss one game in that playoff, and
I think so. I
Philly
think
still won.
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
That squad had Tim Thomas, Big Dog, Sam Cassell. They was decent, man.
Yeah,
They
George.
had a good team back then.
Yeah, they just were letting Shaq do what he wanted to do in the finals because they could have beat him. I still think they could have.
He was just leaning on Dikembe. I'm like,
they
ain't gonna call nothing.
They ain't call
He
hit the mouth.
sure was rest on that guy too.
I'm like, dog, they ain't calling no fouls on Shaq.
They didn't
man.
Foul on Shaq. Man, Shaq barely got a foul. Like Shaq go like, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, they called an offensive foul. It's like, nah, You got to go down the court. It's like, dog, Shaq used to get away with that shoulder roll, man.
He hit him right in the mouth. I'm like,
Cause Brad Miller, cause Brad Miller used to give him the business, and he'd be mad. He'd be wanting to beat Brad Miller ass.
Ben Wallace used to give him them problems too. Ben Wallace used to play excellent.
Yeah, Bill Wallace used to just push him like he was nothing. He used to knock Shaq. That's when I told everybody, man, Shaq done, dog. He done. Because I watched the King series when the only reason that they got out of that King series was they were all put on the line. They were put on the line. But that game 7, they put the Kings on the line, but it was when they called the fouls. They gave the Kings all the calls early on. And then in like the latter part of the game, they were giving it to the Lakers. Like fourth quarter, they would get the Lakers 3 or 4 fouls, like when it needed to be like when they needed them to get points, right? They would put them on the line. So this has always been going around. The problem I have is when LeBron meddles with other teams. LeBron, when he talks to other teams and get their players to go somewhere else. Or, you know, he's dibbling and dabbling in other people's affairs. That's the problem I have with him. I don't have a problem.
Rightfully so, HD.
Yep. And he tried to sit back like he ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Like, dude, everybody know your game, man.
Right.
Hey, he tried to do that to Kawhi too, when he was playing against Philadelphia in that playoff.
Right. Yep.
Getting in the man's ear. Come on down here and play with the Lakers with me. I'm glad
he's the number one politician, man. He's the number one politician in all of sports. And I heard you brothers say y'all be glad when he leave. Man. So will the owners. Straight up.
Oh yeah.
Happy, man. I'm throwing a party. I'm finna have liquor on deck. I'm finna have a cigar. Man.
My thing is, why they ain't get Kobe no help like that?
That's what I'm saying, man. Well, you know why they didn't give Kobe that, man. Kobe lost too much money for the white people. He lost too much money. They were mad still at that, Steve. They were still hot about that.
Eagle, Colorado, brother.
Right.
They never let that case rest. They ain't never let it rest.
No, they not gonna let that rest.
No.
And in a way, he kind of was like the necessary evil for the Lakers, because when when everybody was like, who's gonna go, either Kobe or Shaq? I feel like if you was like a teenager at that time, we saw Kobe coming, and I was like, unfortunately, Shaq got to go. But most of the old heads back then, I ain't gonna lie to you, they thought we was tripping when we like, hey man, I get rid of Shaq. Because we saw the way that Shaq was starting to deteriorate and he was messing up the team chemistry, man. He was a lot like LeBron in his own way with messing up teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ego, man. If his ego ain't fed, he gonna complain. He gonna come in overweight. That's what drove Kobe crazy, man. Like, dude,
Shaq a hater.
coming in out of shape.
Man, Shaq was always a damn hater. He was always a hater. All the time he hated. And it's like, dog, you could have made this, you could have did something with this team. This team could have most likely, I feel like, could have been probably one of the what's up, T Hubbard?
What up?
Chilling.
What up, bro?
I just felt like if Shaq would have went to the number 2, they would have been even better. They would have continued winning if he'd have swallowed his pride. But Shaq could never swallow his pride. He hated on Penny. Penny ain't say nothing. He still hated on Penny. I don't get that. A dude who is mute like a mime.
Got an ego. Shaq got an ego.
Yeah. His ego knows no damn bounds. And it's like every day I see it. Like my brother, he was telling me the other day, he was like, man, I'm starting to see it, man. Shaq do be hating. I'm like, yeah, he be hating. I told you, he's nothing but a big hater, dog. He always gonna bring up Chuck's rings. That's all he gonna do. That's all he can do. Because he know he wasn't a good player as Chuck. He wasn't as brilliant around the rim like Chuck. He didn't have a post game like Chuck. He couldn't even rebound like Chuck. Right.
What is that?
You said what?
I said Chuck over Shaq on my team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They forget he led the dream team in scoring. In the Olympics.
Yep.
Hey T Hubbard, you're lagging. It's like you're lagging. You're like moving slow or something.
Hold on.
Yeah. But
hey, who remember when Barkley and Shaq got into it?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He threw the ball at him.
Shaq.
True, that nigga, man.
Shaq can't fight, man. Shaq can't fight, man.
Man, you remember he was throwing them punches at Brad Miller from the back?
Yeah.
He was missing.
He tried to fight Alvin Robertson too. Alvin Robertson played for the Pistons.
That's that guy. He missed that dude whole face.
Right. Right. He always be picking on, he be trying to beat up on people, man. He missed Brad Miller by a whole mile.
4 punches.
I'm like, what are you doing, Shaq?
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
but
just
him.
Hey, he wouldn't did Ben Wallace like that.
Nah, he wouldn't have done Ben Wallace like that at all. But him and he's a brand nigga, man. You gotta remember a lot of him and LeBron and a couple of them other cats, man. No smile on TV, but they assholes in the locker room, man. That's just what it is, man. When you corporate like that, unfortunately, a lot of suburban and a lot of kids like under 12, they love them niggas. But like once you become a man, we start to see through like there's something missing with this guy. There's a lot of LeBrownies out there. There's a lot of LeBrownies out there who argue with my man HD, and they go back and forth with me at certain barbershops and functions like that. But when I really look at the people who out and out love this man, it gotta be people who ain't watching the game, man. It gotta just be fanboys.
Yeah, you're right.
Straight highlights. That's all they do is look at highlights.
Right.
You can't tell me that dude is better than Penny Hardaway in his prime.
No way.
Can't nobody tell me. Give me a LeBron James. I'm talking about in the NBA final, right? Give me a LeBron James moment. Give me a moment. I can give you a minute. I can give you a million of Michael Jordan moments.
That whole 90s era, you can give many moments for that. That dude,
I can give you Kevin Durant moment. I can give you at least 3 Kevin Durant moments, and it was on that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was. It was.
And then when it get done to him, he look around at the team like, why y'all ain't help me?
Right.
Hey, that what made me start liking LeBron James for real, for real. When he walked on that podium with that cast on the arm.
Oh man, when he was walking around with his wife's, he put his wife's scarf around her arm, man, and he was singing when doves cry, man. He was singing when doves cry, man. Purple Rain ass nigga.
Yeah.
Cino ate that up, boy. He couldn't.
Oh yeah.
All of us, man. Every man I know, Steve. Every man I know was just looking like, look, just take your L. Like HD was saying the other day about Nate, man. Look, it's all right, you lost, and just say like Danny Garcia just said in the boxing match, I lost to a better man or a better team, and just shut up, man. Just answer the questions and get off the podium, man. That's it.
It's all about him when you up there.
Right.
That's how he talking about himself. I got my triple double. He don't talk about his team. He throw them under the bus.
Well, the people we gotta blame for this is how is the league basically giving him whatever he wants. LeBron's just taking advantage of what is given to him. Like I said, I could care less if he builds his teams the way he does. The problem I have with him is meddling in other teams' business and coercing players to go other places out of the way. So, to me,
and he's very disrespectful to the past too, HD. Right. He's very disrespectful to the past.
Oh yeah, well, he's overrated. To me, he's the most overrated player. Him and Scottie Pippen are neck and neck to me for most overrated players that ever played the game. Both of them don't do anything for me. People try to say Pippen, he so happily saved Michael's career but Michael was in the league in '84 and basically had the Chicago stadium sold out every day. He did his job. I didn't see Pippen there doing that, helping him with that. So it's just, you got to understand, these guys are living in the new time. ESPN basically is going to lie to you, tell you who's great and who's not great. But to switch gears real quick, I got my top 5 NFL wide receivers right now. For anybody thinking that, for anybody who wants to debate that, because I came prepared tonight. Because I knew who did it. I knew who did it was gonna come through. Like, yo, I'm on that football. I know. Yeah. So my wide receivers and everything. My number 5. My number 5. I got Adam Thielen. Number 4, I got AJ Brown. Number 3, I have what's my boy name? Hold on. For my 3rd, I got hold on, man. I had him right here. For my 3rd receiver, I'll give it to what's my guy name?
Mike Evans.
Do I got Mike?
Julio Jones.
No, I didn't have Julio. I have I'm trying to think of his name. It's coming to me.
The dude from Minnesota.
Yeah, he said Thielen, right?
No, I said Thielen. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. Mike Evans is 3, Mike Thomas is 2, and DeAndre Hopkins I got number 1.
Oh, that's beautiful.
5.
That sounds good.
My top 5 list, like I said, is number 1, DeAndre Hopkins, number 2, Michael Thomas, number 3, Mike Evans, number 4, AJ Brown from the Titans. I mean, this guy's amazing. Every time I look up, he's killing. And then I got number 5. What's my guy? I just said Thielen. I got Thielen number 5. Now everybody is gonna be like, when they rewatch this, crazy. Look, Tyreek Hill is in my top 10. The thing with Tyreek Hill is that, to me, he's overrated when it comes to routes. Now, if he has speed, now I give him that. His speed is unquestionably, I think he's probably the fastest guy or one of the fastest in the league. I just don't see him as how do I say it? I just don't see him as
a natural receiver.
Right. I think me, Cole, and Robinson are just as good, if not better than him. That's just me personally watching them.
Mm-hmm.
I may be wrong, but that's how I feel. And then you have Travis Kelce, who's probably the best tight end we've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
since a prime Gronk.
Yeah, I agree.
And then too, does Hill be the number one option at times, or sometimes
it depends. Hill can play the X, the Y, and he can play the Z receiver.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
he can play all three of those positions, so he's all three. Like I said, I got him like number 7 or 8 on my list. I just feel his routes are very overrated. His speed does what he does. But I just don't see with Randy Moss. Moss had the speed, but Moss also had the route running. See, people forget Moss could run routes, and I don't know why people forget that, because I guess they just saw him get highlights all day on ESPN because he mossed about 5 people, you know. So I don't even know. So it's like I just feel like he's not in my 5. Those 5 I named, I would take them, and I think they're better than him. Like overall receiver and all the it factor, all of it.
Mm-hmm. No, and I mean, hopefully you got Odell Beckham as an honorable mention because he's not whining on TV. He's doing you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, brother, man, for stepping off the scene.
Yeah, K with my 5 to see, you know, I know people gonna be talking trash. Man, how you got Thielen? Listen, I don't care if he's white. That boy can run routes, and that boy got some of the best hands I've seen in a long time. Devontae Adams isn't up there to me because I mean he's good and all, but when they play good teams, you can nullify him.
You don't hear him.
Right, you don't hear.
You can be limited.
Yeah, very limited. And I've seen Tyreek get shut down for long periods of time. And Stephon Diggs, I mean, he comes and he goes. He's good, you know, but he's just not my cup of tea. I think the guy in Indianapolis is better than him. T.Y. Hilton. I think
Hilton. Yeah.
So
he come a long way too.
Right. People sleep on him. I think he's up there with Tyreek Hill. I just think he's in Indianapolis.
Hey, what about old boy from Seattle?
Oh, DK Metcalf.
Yeah, Metcalf is part of the same tree as Tyreek Hill for me. I was thinking of both of them as like the same.
Yeah. I like the other guy though, Lockett.
Me too.
Lockett, my guy. But DK is
Lockett is bad.
Yeah, but as far as like DK and like his athleticism and his strength, yeah, I mean he's probably to me he's a faster Terrell Owens to me. That's who he is. He's a faster Terrell Owens. All right, Joe.
All right.
He basically has he's a faster TO, and he's a big guy and everything, and he can get the ball from you and stuff. You throw it up there, jump ball, he gets it. I mean, he's a great guy. I just really don't see him as a top 5.
But then he drops the short ones, man. He drops
right.
I'm telling you, they are weapons. Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf are what we call weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like they can hurt you. But honestly, don't be surprised if you play a whole game where it's like he ain't really do nothing. Now Tyreek Hill, he baptized the boy from Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago. That was a killing. You know what I'm saying? He should be arrested. Call the National Guard, man. Straight up.
Yeah, he took Shannon line. I had to hear Shannon undisputed. Oh, Skip, you see him? You see him?
Hey, Shannon be throwing Tom Brady on the bus, man. Feel like he got something to get that dude.
Well, you gotta understand, Steve, man. They don't like Tom Brady because Brady they changed the rules for Brady, and a lot of those older guys are upset because other guys, like a guy he played with, Elway, and other guys could have played just as long as Tom Brady, but they didn't have the fortune to play in a different league, and they had to play there and do what they were supposed to do. That's why they were so opposed to what Tim Tebow was doing, because of how they treat black quarterbacks. And Shannon basically just doesn't like how Tom Brady, he feels like Tom Brady is real fake and everything, but his guy's fake too. The Brownies is fake, and so is Michael Jordan. They were fake too, but Michael, he was a monster on that court. You know, Brady's a monster on the field. You know, Brady's a game manager. Like, he's not a guy. And I told everybody he's gonna fire Bruce Arians. I told everybody he gonna fire Bruce Arians one of these Sundays. I said in one of my football videos, he gonna get pissed off. It was me and my brother talking about it, and we even said he gonna fire Arians. He gonna get rid of Arians because Arians wants to throw the damn ball deep like this is Madden. You can't throwing the ball deep all the time. That's not how you play a constructive football game. You have to run the ball. He's not getting Ronald Curry no touches. And Ronald, Ronald Jones. I always call him Ronald Curry because of the quarterback of Carolina. He was raw back in the day.
He used to hoop too.
Yeah, he used to hoop as well. Yeah, he was a beast. But yeah, Ronald Jones is not getting the ball enough, and that's pissing me off and everything, why he's not getting the ball. He should be getting the damn ball. And they're throwing the ball all the time, and it's like they're forcing it to AB and everything, and forcing it to people. So
I hate to say it, man. You know, I'm going to go back to that video a couple weeks ago, HD. Is this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team going to be similar to the Mike Vick Eagles when he first got out of jail, man? When they had Nnamdi Asomugha, Asante Samuels, they had Selleck, they had Shady, they had Deshaun, they had obviously Mike Vick, they had Steve Young as a backup. And you know what, man? Them niggas fell short, man.
They failed.
Unfortunately.
I see it.
Tampa Bay gonna be.
Yeah, but I thought they would make the playoffs and lose in the first or second round. They might not even make the playoffs. That's how I'm looking.
Brady should stay in New England, man.
No.
But I don't know what's going on.
Brady made the right decision, but I knew they weren't going to do well this year. Next year, I believe they'll be better. I believe they'll be a lot better because they'll have a full off season together. Because remember, they didn't have no off season together. A lot of these guys just jumping in here. The Steelers, they are real close. All those guys grew with each other, like like Schuster, and also Claypool. They picked him up. I think he's a rookie. They picked him up out the draft, and they got other players. They always know how to draft well. They know how to put pieces together. That's why I'm on the Steelers and what they do. And then the Steelers, they stuck with the brother man. So shoot, I got a root for the Steelers. They still stuck with the brother man. They could have got rid of the brother man a long time ago.
And that sucks too, HD, because you know I live in Pittsburgh. So a disclaimer, as a Cowboy fan, you know I hear it all day long. I get crucified, but everything you said, you know what I'm saying, I gotta be brutally honest. It starts from the head up. Mike Tomlin is he's a strong coach, and more importantly, they stuck with him. They know how to draft, and it's a culture unlike, you know, other cultures that shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
Jerry's World and Company.
Yeah. And then you hear what he's doing. Who did it? He talking about, we're gonna trade Dak for Trevor Lawrence. Like that's gonna solve your offensive line problems. It's like, Jerry, what the hell is you doing? See, if you would have signed Dak 2 years ago, you would have been fine. But your jump behind put yourself in this situation. Now, if you trade him and you get a Trevor Lawrence, what you gonna do about your depth? You don't have any backup linemen. Your offensive line is decimated. It's basically gone. If the division wasn't so trash, you'd been out of it already. It would have been a done deal.
Man.
It would have been a done deal. But the problem is he doesn't know how to build depth. And I keep telling Cowboys all the time. I told the fans and all of them before they kick me out of each group. I tell them that you have to build depth. If you don't have depth, you're not going to win anything. You're not going to win nothing. Look at the Packers that year they won with Aaron Rodgers. Their whole defense was depleted. They were basically on third stringers and guys off the street, and they still won. Why did they win? Because they picked the right players and they added depth. So that's what you have to do to win. You can't, like the New York Giants, when they won both of their Super Bowls, they had a 7 or 8 man rotation on the D line. That's unheard of. And that's how they were beating teams. Everyone wants to talk about the white boy Eli. No, they had a front four that was hellacious, and you can switch them out. So that's what I'm trying to say. People don't understand that, man. People are lost. I mean, I can't help them for being lost. I can just point them in the right direction. They're either going to go that way or they're going to go back the wrong way they came from. So you have to look at this whole situation as, I'm effing up. I need to hire some football people, but he don't care because the fans are going to keep buying the merchandise. The fans are going to keep, man. I stopped buying Dallas stuff a long time ago. I stopped messing with them a long time ago because all it is that one girl, dog, that you've been wanting to get with, but she done friend zoned your ass. So that's how it is with the Super Bowl. They can't even get there at all. Because the damn Super Bowl and friend zone they ass. So they can't get to third base or home at all.
That's a wonderful analogy, my brother. I mean, that's wonderful. The last time, because we both born in the 80s, I be trying to really sit back and lie to myself. The last time these boys was in the bowl against the Steelers, we was in like the 4th or 5th grade, man. Like, it's hilarious to keep thinking, like, damn.
Yeah.
Some organizations will never be, talked about in this type of limelight. But the sad thing is, Dallas is about to enter that conversation if they don't fix the culture. 25 years is a long time, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it shows you who's at fault. It shows you that's wrong. And it's like, look, we've been telling people that. We've been telling people that some of the fans do. Then you got the delusionalists out there. And you try to tell them, look, this is how it's gonna be. And it's like, nah, man, nah. This how it's gonna be. This how it's gonna be. It's like, dude, they're gonna suck forever. Okay, because you got a head guy. The Rooneys are smart. The Rooneys say, you know what? We don't know it about football. We hire you to look after the franchise. Thank you, Mr. Rooney. All right. This is what they do. They let people actually do their jobs. You know, Mike Tomlin is not the GM, but he coaches. That's it. I coach. That's it. That's my job, to get these 52 or 53 men out here ready to play on Sunday. That's my job. The owner, you can't be wanting to be the coach, the general manager, the player, and all. You want to do all this stuff.
Yeah, man.
He's like
culture, man. Football culture.
Yep. Tomlin's like the third coach, right? Ever.
Yeah.
They don't believe in firing.
Right. Pittsburgh is probably the best franchise ever. Because think about it. They've only had 3 coaches in their franchise history. That's amazing.
And sadly, HD, obviously, like I said, man, I've grown up around here enough to hear the same sayings. You got people who got things in their households, especially here in the so-called Black community. Some things that the first coach, Chuck Knowles, said is still relevant today. Tackling, blocking, and don't turn the ball over. But there's so many organizations like you got to find the right personnel, and unfortunately, some of these organizations they have people with big arms, but they turn the ball over too much.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna win football games turning the ball over.
exactly.
Look at Jerry Jones, prime example.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
It's messed up. Just messed up, man.
Yeah, and it's just sad for the fans and everything because think about it. You got Dallas probably has the loyalist fans because they just keep loving to get led to the wasteland. They don't even want to be. They don't want glorification, and it's like just stop buying this guy's stuff. Force him to make a change. If you don't do that, you're in trouble.
I like that. I like that.
And then you look at Dak. They've always hated Dak and everything, but I kept telling people Dak wasn't the problem. And the way he played his first year, that's fine. That's how he's supposed to play. As soon as he tried to do all this coming back and throwing the ball like 300 times and all this craziness, they're going to lose because when you throw the ball all the time, I've seen it with Peyton Manning. I've seen it with Drew Brees. They put up all these empty stats that don't mean anything because you're losing the game.
Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, all of them be putting up empty stats.
Matthew Stafford should have left a long time ago. He'd have been fine somewhere else. Like he wasted his way in Detroit. And then you got Matt Ryan. Yeah. Matt Ryan is today's Jim Kelly. That's who he is. He's another Jim Kelly. The way he throws the ball, his direction of the offense. He's another Jim Kelly reincarnated. He just is.
He's the type of quarterback. He should have went to Jacksonville. And
right.
Stafford should have went to Arizona.
Right. Exactly. Like
Stafford would be a hell of a backup too.
Yeah, Stafford would be. Right now in his career, yeah, he needs to be a backup. But you know they ain't gonna do that for that white boy. They're gonna try to get him another job before starting. Y'all know that.
He'll elite. They think he'll elite.
Yeah. I'm like elite. Yeah, they tried to say that about Eli. Man, I'm about to go on the show and slap Rob Parker, trying to talk about, well, you know, Eli is elite. I would think him over Peyton. Like, Rob, shut your ass up. You know, damn, they take no Eli over no Peyton. Like,
no way.
Peyton never missed the playoffs. Now, he's not my favorite player, but he's not in my top 5, but the dude was awesome when he played. So you can't take that from him. He never missed the playoffs while he was starting. That's some Tim Duncan. That's some Tim Duncan stuff right there.
Yeah, you could put him parallel with Tim Duncan.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know, you can't always, like, because somebody did well in this situation, you can't just say this other player's not as good. That's just dumb. And to me, I just get tired of it. I get tired of the same thing from the media, talking about the Cowboys every day, or they're talking about LeBron every day. I don't want to talk about LeBron, man. I want to talk about other people. I want to talk about Denver, how they're improving, how they went to the semifinals the year before, then they went to the conference finals, winning the exact same way they did the year before last, coming back on teams and winning the series. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how this Phoenix thing, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Is Chris Paul, is Devin Booker going to be that superstar? And that's what makes the NFL continue to tick, because we're talking about other teams. Yeah. You see what we talked about right then and there? We talked about a team. We didn't talk about one player like Ben Roethlisberger. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, no, you had it right the first time, my brother.
I had it right the first time. I'm not going to say it. I'm cool today.
But, you know, that's a mortal sin up here, but, you know.
Right. But that's all I'm saying.
Wow.
It's like I just don't understand. It's like the NBA just continues to do this, and NBA was my first love. That's my first sport.
Yeah.
And then it was football. football, and then it was baseball. But I stopped watching baseball after what they did to Barry Bonds. I was done with it. How they just sacrificed him to the wolves and just murdered him like they did. It's like,
and they breeded us out too, HD. Like when I say breeded us out with the fans, like I'm always gonna come back and say a lot of my Latino brothers and whatnot, man. Some of them is just, brothers that speak Spanish. But as far as the American Negro,
they got rid of
they discouraged us, if that makes sense, when it comes to watching. I can't keep watching Mike Trout and all. You keep lying to me every Saturday or whatever it is, every Monday, Tuesday, about how great these dudes is, and I'm like, man, he's all right, man, but something's missing. I'm just not. He's not. He doesn't market to me.
Right.
He ain't half the player Ken Griffey was.
No way.
Oh hell no.
No way.
Oh, I was mad when Ken Griffey. I was mad when Ken Griffey got fat. I was so mad. He was so wrong.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey that got fat. Dang.
I remember when they said that if he never would have got injured, he would probably have the record for the most home runs.
Oh, absolutely.
Man. Absolutely. One of the sweetest swings we ever seen, man. And on the base pads, he was a complete player, man.
Yes, he was. He was a man among boys. Him and Barry Bonds were like the reason. Them and Fred McGriff, the crime dog. Andrew Jones, I loved it. Him. He used to knock the ball out the park. David Justice was good for me
Dion.
too. Dion. Man. Randy Johnson, man, he was one of the coaches.
The big unit, man. The big unit, man.
Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine. I mean, that's what baseball was like. You watched it.
Joe Carter for the Maple Leafs, man.
Yeah. What about Sammy Sosa?
Sammy Sosa. That's my dog, but the white people done turned to white.
Hey,
they turned Sammy white. Y'all see this white? Hey. Dude, Sammy was dark. Dude, Sammy was dark, man. This dude lighter than me. He lighter than me, cuz it's like,
it's like Teddy went from Roberto Clemente's complexion to Vince Vaughn.
like Teddy Perkins off Atlanta.
Man,
Teddy Perkins.
I just don't understand, man. He just so light now. It's like, why? Man, they done messed Sammy up. That's why I say I don't like baseball. Baseball did all the brothers dirty. All the brothers.
Did, man. But you see though, that's what makes your platform so cool, man. Cause like it's open for us to conversate, but more importantly, we're gonna face this adversity, like, cause the mainstream media don't even talk about baseball no more. Like, not that I want to hear them say that, but I wouldn't mind at least a 10-minute segment. But Shannon and Stephen A and these guys, I got a feeling, man, they just working them like slaves, and they don't be knowing what they talking about. They reading the script, they playing a role.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you authentic, bro.
But they got to who did it because they getting that corporation check. Now, if you had your own shit, you know what I'm trying to do with this platform and get it to that level. You know what I'm saying? It take time, though. I want to do it the right way. I don't want to do it going to go get this person or get this little thing and get a lot of subscribers and fake people, man. Like I told y'all, if I have 2 views or 20 views, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I had a video do 5K. The Dallas Cowboy video with Troy Aikman. That went 5K. And then I had another one that went like 3 or 4K. It was talking about slavery and the DNA, basically, how all our DNA is basically foreign and everything. So we're all mixed with something else. I mean, we're all not our true color, which is black. But we're mixed with other things because of them raping our ancestors and, things of that nature. So to me, it's like, I just look at it like, man, I just want everybody, like Joe Cool, come on here. He wants to talk. Who did it? Steve, y'all got friends, shoot, invite them. They could come by here and talk, give their opinion and stuff. Right now I can only go up to 6 people, but at least we got it. You know what I'm saying? So once everything keep growing, you know, we're just gonna keep going. That's all I'm trying to do is talk about you know, sports, you know, and then I'll have something like the Breonna Taylor video today I made. I'm still upset about that. How they won't give her a new prosecutor and they deserve one. And then I showed one with Rittenhouse, how his bail basically shows you how it's double standards. And the one girl I was reading basically what she wrote on the article I was reading on the video, and I agree with her. Like, that's the world we live in. And if we don't wake up as black people and just smell the coffee, like, I'm not talking like, you know, like I'm just gonna be supporting black this and that, you know, because I see somebody else do it. Like, why am I doing it? Like, what does it mean? You know, we're just going off of the idea of Black Lives Matter, and they don't really give a damn about us because
no, they don't. They feed off the emotionalism, brother. Not to cut you off.
No, you good. You good.
True. Man, I love that comment you just made, man. Because see, sometimes I don't want to jump off the deep end, man. But I'm glad somebody else started that off. Because like with Black Lives Matter, I don't want it to get misconstrued. We understand what at least it started for and what the initial platform was supposed to be. But then it got hijacked, and you know, just like the video I said the other day, man, the NBA niggas, man, they take it to a point where it almost look less than masculine, less than men. I'm not gonna keep kneeling for a broad if the broad is America, you know what I mean? Hopefully we don't get dinged for this, but if the woman symbolizes America, you keep kneeling for a woman who don't want you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it so much when HD says, like, pretty much newsflash, they never cared about us. So let's think of a different way of not necessarily solely maybe getting away from them or dismissing ourselves or separation. But god damn, man, y'all niggas don't get it. If they don't want to be around you, I appreciate it sometimes when they tell you they don't want to be around you. Hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like like my dad, like I told y'all on the last stream we did, my dad, he don't like white people. He don't. But the thing is about him is he basically just he just explained the whole situation because he's from the South. See, people don't understand that it's difference racism. How the North works and how the South work, how the West Coast work, how the Midwest work. It's different racism and prejudice, and people don't understand that. Like, you may be in Chicago or New York or Indiana or Paleco, Kansas, or Topeka, Kansas, whatever. Your racism is going to be different, and your prejudice is going to be different compared to certain people in the South. Where me being from Florida, man, I freaking hated it. That's why I'm gone now. It was terrible because of the job situation. I love it. I wish I could stay, but the job situation was terrible. The money is terrible. They don't do anything to try to fix the neighborhoods. They just keep putting dope there and all this other stuff there instead of being like a genuine person saying, yo, let me help. Let me try to help. And I've seen this. And they don't care. They don't give it. But before Carcino came around, I been knew about all this. Like, I just didn't know exactly where it came from. He broke it down to where it come from and stuff. But I've always had people who are older than me telling me things about how this works or how we live in, or everything is racist and prejudice. My uncle told me one day, he said, yo, he was like this. He was like, yo, nephew, like, you know, everything is racist. And I said, man, no, everything ain't racist. What are you talking about? You know, I was just thinking physically. He was like, look at this. Why do they call it white salt and black pepper? Why do they call it that? Like, why can't they call it pepper and salt? Like, why does it gotta have a white and a black context or basically, how can I say it? How can it have a black and a white connotation, but it's just pepper and salt? Like, you know what salt is. You know what I'm saying? You know what salt is. You know what the color of pepper is. Why do they have to elaborate? This is black pepper. This is white salt. And I thought about it. Oh yeah, because they're building in your mind the separation of this color and that color, what this color looks like, or how they paint this color as being the best, but paint another color as not being the best.
That's what it comes back to. Corporate branding, my brother. Corporate branding will always be, and that's where we got to start separating as a people, understanding that the reason why we say we black is just to say we're opposite of the other folk. But in all reality, when we try to educate them by letting them know, like, we're much greater than a daggone color. We was kings and queens, and some of us come from the islands. Some of us have had some, mixtures, but some of us are the real Native Americans and Aboriginals. All of those things come back to being a long-winded conversation, with having a conversation with folks who really, no disrespect, they don't care about it. So I don't even go on and on them. I'll just say I'm black to end it like that, just to make sure that they know whatever you are, I'm not you. Because it's a mentality thing, and then it's a culture thing. But at the end of the day, that corporate branding thing, from black to white, that is awesome how you just broke it down. And whoever taught you that, I was taught the same thing, to make sure that I don't always get elevated with emotionalism, and understand, like, that's what they really don't want to tell us, why they made it that way to separate us. But I'm cool with it now. We men, like, as long as they know I'm opposite of you, but where do we go from here?
Right.
Exactly.
And we have nowhere to go. To me, we're all just brainless zombies doing the same thing every day. Going to work, coming home, you take a shower. Sometimes you don't. You just take your clothes off. You relax real quick. Some got a wife and kid. Some don't. And the way society dictates to you, you have to have a wife, you have to have a kid, you have to have this and that, when you can be single and still live a great, happy life. So to me, you have that option. So to me, they're trying to make you do things that you really don't want to do. They want to force you to watch or like things that you really don't even have any interest in. And I've seen that like all the time. It's like, okay, I seen this, I seen that, but at the end of the day, that's the way it's gonna be, because yeah, we could try to change it and everything, but it's like, are we gonna just try to save the people who we know is awake, or are we gonna try to save everybody? Because you can't really save everybody. Everybody's gonna be their own person. That's why I respect the person who's his own person more than a person who follows this person like a little dog or something.
But that's what I mean. That's pretty cool that you said that. You pretty much answered your own question too, bro. Like, ain't no sense of us even faking the funk. A lot of our people ain't gonna get it, bro. Anytime you got the highlight of the commercial break is, "Ooh, baby, I got pop out." Like, come on, man. When niggas hear that, when we keep watching that, it's like, okay, it was entertaining, I guess. But then after a while, your stomach start to turn, bro. Like, if that's where it's gone, but you can't tell everybody that, because when you tell them that, they get offended. They think we're being bitter. They think we're being dismissive. But at the end of the day, bro, you can't save everybody. So I guess small pockets of like small increments of information, like the information that you're giving right now, and just large portions of action. Like, sometimes you might have to act by dismissing your own people and going about your business, man, straight up. Like, if they don't get it, they go and get it by either watching you, or sadly, they were just going to frustrate you anyway.
Right.
Yep.
That's like my father. When I was in high school, he ordered the Eye on the Prize series, PBS's Eye on the Prize, and it was on VHS. So he made us watch every tape. It was 10 tapes. And he made me and my brother and my stepbrother and stepsister sit down and watch every tape. And it's like, wow. Like, everything is right in front of us, man. And it's like, some of us pick it up, some of us don't. And it's like, is it ever going to change?
Y'all brothers ever see the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom?
Yeah,
I heard about it. I still ain't see it.
I seen bits and
Man,
pieces of it.
that's a movie again, and I hope we have some listeners again, man. I hope they paying attention. Goodbye Uncle Tom. Wow, it breaks down how when we got here, some of the first thing they did, they tried to change our diet, start shaving our heads, shaving our beards, trying to make us look less masculine.
It's a book.
No, my brother, it's on YouTube
book.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Goodbye Uncle Tom. And when I tell you, it's hard to watch. Like I watched Roots, I watched Rosewood. I watched a lot of movies.
Had that Rosewood. I was ready to go.
Yeah, I sucker punched somebody, then study hall the next day. Junior high, it was bad, man. And I couldn't take it. But this one, Goodbye Uncle Tom, I would recommend y'all watch it whenever you got like a day off and then another day off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just word to the wise, like, because it takes so long, and then when you process it, fellas, when y'all process this movie and you understand how wicked they did us, there's a couple sex scenes where they try to force our young girls to mess with like some of the young bucks who was mentally challenged. I'm kind of telling y'all bits and pieces. Then they would do little weird things to us, and they always attack little black boys, man. Man, by the time I was done watching that movie, y'all, I just was like, I really don't need to hear no more. I know now. I know we not going crazy. We not crazy.
Right.
No, we not. Of course we're not crazy, but they always gonna think we're crazy. They want us to feel we're crazy so we could fall in line. Like I said, they want to get rid of all the dark-skinned brothers, make us all light-skinned or damn near Patrick Mahomes color, so we can be easily controlled and manipulated. But we still gonna be treated like crap. But it's just better than what the dark-skinned brother going through. So
in every commercial you see, they feminizing us. Every last one of them. I'm like, ain't no strong brothers on commercials. No more.
Nope.
Man, and that's
I'm like,
that's why I felt bad making that video the other day too. HD in regards to black fathers being on television when we was kids, but I meant to break it down more. Like the sad thing is, a lot of our black fathers that was on television off the air, their character was strong, but then like outside of Hollywood, they was homosexual. Which again, man, I ain't trying to beat down another man's lifestyle, but I'm just keeping it real. But at least they had enough decency to characterize what it meant to be a father on television back then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They did and everything, but you got to understand that's what they want us. That's how they look at us. They look at us as they want us to be weak. So that's why they try to push the homosexuality onto the neighborhood and the kids and all of us. I don't have a problem with you being it. Just don't push that shit on me. All right, you keep it to yourself. Don't touch me, nothing like that. Just keep it to yourself. If that's what you like to do, you do that over there. Don't try to force me to try to do it because that's what y'all like. You know,
HD sound like Tim Hardaway.
Man, I'm still mad at that, man, because Tim Hardaway was screwed himself. He can't get in the Hall of Fame, and he's a Hall of Fame point guard. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You can't speak your mind in this country, man. You can't never speak your mind. You speak your mind, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna have to take that. Oh, you said that word talking to a homosexual person. Oh, you're banned." That's just how the world works.
Yeah.
It's just soft now, man. It's just air, man. This air is so weak now. You can't say anything. You can't approach somebody wrong. If you approach somebody the wrong way, they thinking you about to fight them or something. It's like, damn, you can't do nothing.
I mean, look at the fashion. Look at the fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is tapered. Everything is skinny. It's like I'm 6'3.5". I can't wear this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't wear this stuff, man.
Everything is getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Gosh, man.
Sorry about that, fellas.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah, everything feminized, man. And it's sad too because that was one of the first things I caught when one of y'all was in Cino's chat. Man, actually, you know what? Both of you brothers might have been in Cino's chat. Joe Cool and HD. HD was going back and forth with, I want to say maybe a New Yorker about the dress code. It might have been about Jordan, and it was and HD was like, I don't know where you from. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, like, we don't never wear them certain type of shoes. And all I kept thinking is that was before I knew who y'all was. I'm like, man, he's always a young nigga. Because these young niggas do be getting off on like loud colors, and the tighter the better. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be on, man.
That's what they do, man. They always do that crap. And that's why I'm trying to tell people, like, man, I ain't wearing no tight nothing, man. But my sloppy self, man, I'm so sloppy. I'm definitely gonna look like, you know, them pigs in the blanket. That's how I'm gonna look. Man, shit. I'm gonna be getting roasted all day. People gonna be talking bad about me. I'm gonna be like, shoot, look, hey man, it is what it is. But I can't do it. I just know that's how people wear tight clothes. Dog. It's like I don't see where that they made that cool. To me, that's just showing you as being soft.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, you brothers been aware of all these platforms that's out here similar to the one we doing tonight. I've heard platforms say like which era started all this what do you call these Metro brothers? And I say obviously, you know what I mean, me and HD's the same age. So I say like we was born in the mid 80s. So
yeah,
I do remember being a child and seeing like Ready for the World and Rick James, obviously the great Michael Jackson and Prince. They was entertainers. Everybody in my neighborhood, I ain't seen no niggas dressing like that. But the older I got, the more I realized it did push a wave though. And then obviously it went away and then it came back weirder. You know what I'm saying? It's like now I don't know what's going on. These niggas is hybrids out here, man.
Man, I don't know. They probably smoking them dirt blunts. I don't know. I don't know what they doing, man. But I don't know what they doing, man. But they wear these damn clothes how they wearing them. These clothes is not cool and it's not fun, man. And you got these damn little boys looking like little girls, and these girls looking like damn full-grown men. I'm like, what the hell going on out here?
Yeah,
getting it sad, man, because the tighter the clothes are, they try to sag it and walk. I'm like, y'all can't even walk down the street with this stuff on. Y'all trying to hold it with your belt, hold a belt with your hand. I'm like, man, how y'all going? And you trying to sag your pants, and it's like they don't even know that's a prison. That came from prison.
Yeah.
And the tighter your coat, the tighter your pants are, you're cutting your circulation off.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make sure they're trying to control the population with that. So you can't have any children.
Exactly.
But I think they do know, Joe. Like this is the sad thing. There is enough Joe Cools and HDs in somebody's family. I do believe that we in these days where you can't run no more. The doors is locked for these conversations. There's always gonna be that one uncle or cousin who just don't give a damn. Pardon my language. Like they just don't care. So they gonna say, you niggas look little suspect. You know what I'm saying? So when they say that, that's when they get that knowledge dropped on them like you just did. And unfortunately, I think we in the age now where they just don't care, dog. They just don't care.
They don't care no more. They making all this music like to dumb you down and to make your kids stupid. So then they could be, of course, going to get the drugs, going to party and do all type of acts that as a father, you got daughters, you just be like, please God, let them make it through this. Or you have a son, you pray that he turn out straight. Cause this the way that it's going, man, it's just that they're destroying the youth's mind. They're growing the youth up too fast to me. The youth is growing too fast, and technology is making them too grown. Like I love my nieces to death, but I just feel sometimes they're too technology driven. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have some tech savvy, but not your whole life surrounded by tech. You don't know how to fix this or fix that, or you know how to, do things that a woman would do, or what a man would do as well, because you might be by yourself for a little bit. So you got to learn how to do some of these things. So that's what I fear for the young kids today. They don't know how to do anything. But what's being shown. And then you have the women now and everything. They're basically they're running the men away. It's like, and the man trying to stay and be the man that he trying to be, but that's their problem. They want to mold you and make you into something that you're not. And the same thing is, in the person they lay down with, they also get mad at that person and they take it out on the kid as well. So you have kids that are basically in the same house, but they really don't mess with each other because she done talked bad about this one dad, and boom, she loved this one dad more than that one. So it is what it is. And yeah, C. Penn said it, like, they don't go out a lot. The kids don't go out anymore. They stay inside the damn house. They stay inside the computer all day. It's like, go shoot some hoops, go run. If I didn't work so much, shoot, I would be out there shooting some hoops and running and everything. But I work too much. You already know me, UPS is I don't get no damn day off. So, and if I do, I'm relaxed. I don't want to mess with nobody, but that's only that's all when I could do the StreamYard and stuff, man. I'd be like, man, bump it. I'll do basically StreamYards on the weekends and stuff, man. Just I forgot the fight was on tonight, man. I just been tired working, so I didn't know. So I was like, bump it. I'm just gonna do a StreamYard and
no, you good, man. I mean, it wasn't as entertaining as last week, bro. Don't just watch the. Unfortunately, he tattooed him every round. But I'm gonna just tell you a disclaimer. At the end of the fight, Shorty asked him, who does he want to fight next, and he didn't say what most of us would say, like, let's just get it on, bro. And no, he said he wanna ride more horses. So after that, me and my dad, we just started laughing, and I turned that thing off. Like, see, I don't know. I mean, these higher elites that's controlling entertainment and sports, they trying to run a game on us. We want to see Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. All right.
That's all I want to see. I'm paying for it. I will pay for it, but I'm not watching no fight, man, if it ain't got them two in it. I'm sorry. I can't.
I think the next fight Bud gonna have is Pacquiao. I think he gonna fight Pacquiao next year.
I think Earl Spence is gonna fight Pacquiao.
Errol gonna fight Pacquiao?
That's what it sounded like. The Shorty was leaning towards
Pacquiao. I'll pay to see Pacquiao, man. But I ain't paying to see all these other guys. I just don't know him too well. I ain't been in boxing in so long, man. Last guy I love watching was Tito.
Trinidad, brother.
Vernon Forrest. And then Wink Wright, he from St. Pete. He from where I'm from, St. Pete, Florida. So that's my guy there. Wink Wright.
I just wish Vernon Forrest would have lived.
Yeah.
Vernon Forrest was a problem. He was nice.
Yeah, because he had that lanky, he was a southpaw and he was lanky with it. He was long too.
And he beat the mess out of
he gave people problems.
Yep.
But you see, boxing is it's slowly making a comeback due to, unfortunately, Adam Silver's silver spoon, two scoops and a twist. You understand that he is messing everything up to the point where just keep doing what you're doing. What's up, bro?
All all that all in living color and everything. The two guys, David Allen Greer, David Wade.
On film.
Yeah, that's that nigga right there, man. Silver spoon, two scoops and a twist, man. That nigga ain't fooling me, man. He ain't fooling none of us, man. We know what time it is, brother. Just you and Braun, y'all might as well just come out and talk about a favor for a favor, like that song by
Right,
Scarface and
Scarface
Nas.
and
A
Nas.
favor
Yeah.
for a favor.
right. Allegedly, okay, allegedly. So don't come dig my street yard.
Yeah, yeah, man. That you know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. But boxing is on its way back. But we always all of us have always used to talk about sports like that, like certain track guys, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. But the NBA actually left us numb for a little while. I'm kind of glad that they've been slipping because now it's like if they keep folding, trust and believe, man, these stream yards, great platforms like yourself and Ticket and them boys and you know what I mean? Like y'all gonna make more of an impact because people are getting bored of the LeBron, Tom Brady, Dallas Cowboy. And that's pretty much it.
Dude, Derrick Henry is probably having one of the greatest
seasons
back-to-back in seasons. Like we've seen from a running back in a long time, and nobody's talking about it. They're talking about Brady and all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, are you serious? Did y'all not just see what Derrick Henry? He pulled off 2 back-to-back weeks, and then AJ Brown and Corey Davis ain't getting no love, and they killing out there in Tennessee. They killing everybody.
This is disgrace, man.
They made me wrong by being the Colts. I knew I shouldn't have picked the Colts because I knew Phillip was gonna turn into Felicia Rivers. I knew he was. It was right on cue. It was right on cue. That's why I said, man, I'm just sticking with the Titans. They're gonna win that division. And I think they're gonna give the Steelers and the Chiefs problems when they get to the playoffs. I think they're gonna give both problems because they got it. Well, but the defense, though, that's the only thing that's gonna hold them back. They got that defense like Seattle got.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to prepare for especially it all depends on where they play them games at the HD. Like honestly, if the Steelers have a home game, because I live up this way, if it's cold, Derrick Henry could be a problem. He could do more damage to the Steelers on their home field, depending on how cold it is. Because you know how you played the game, man. I'm not sure, Joe Cool, if you played the game, but the colder it get, bro, the colder it get.
Yeah,
it hurts. Hey man, it be hurting when you hit somebody, man.
Yeah, it hurts. But like like C Penn said, they don't fit the narrative at all. And they don't, but they are tough. And the Steelers, they're undefeated. I still gotta catch up on the game last week from them. I gotta record it because I gotta do my review on football and who I think's going into the playoffs. But the thing is that from watching it and everything, it's like I just see it as I believe the Steelers are weak stopping the run, and they're good at pass defense. Their pass defense is great. I think they'll be great because they got a great pass rush. Their front seven is, to me, the best pass rushing front seven in the league. Second behind them, I got Washington. Those 4 guys are dangerous.
Right.
Number 3, I got who I put at number 3? I had the Bucks, but they've been poorish the past 2 weeks. The Saints, they got a nasty front seven when they play. When they actually playing and you give them some time, they can play. The Bears, they're always gonna have a front 4. They just don't have a quarterback. They just never gonna find a quarterback.
Yeah, Derrick Henry can run right up the gut. That boy beast, man.
Oh man, yes, dog. It is
Earl Campbell.
Crazy.
Earl Campbell 2.0.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's more athletic than Earl was. He's more shifty.
Yeah.
He's more shiftier, and for that size to be able to do the moves he can do, I mean, it's incredible. Because soon as he gets it, he's gone. if he gets an open lane, you're not stopping him. Derrick Henry's gone. He's
it's beautiful to watch too, man. Like they be hating, man. It's great to watch a great running back when he's in sync with the game.
Right. Yeah. That's why I hope he win MVP, man. He deserves it.
Oh, you know they ain't gonna give it to him. They gonna give it to the half breed. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly good half breed. You know he getting the MVP. Either him or what you call your boy? Either him or Briars up there in Green Bay. Briars, Vanilla.
Rogers.
Yeah.
He don't look too impressive this year, man. I want him to play their backup quarterback instead.
Yeah, they need to, but
see, that needs to change too, man. That's why you're remember the other day the stream yard we did with the 5 running backs, and then it turned into another conversation in regards to just the quarterback, man. It's starting to become a numb conversation. We get it, man. We know how important it is to have a captain running the ship, but it's not always the quarterback, man. You know what I'm saying? There are good teams out there whose quarterback is so. Like Tennessee.
Right. But Deshaun Watson to me is the best quarterback in the league, hands down. I'm sorry. That guy there is just on a whole nother level. And if he'd have had all his pieces and they wouldn't have got rid of his nuclear weapon, it would have been problems. Andrew Walker said, "Do you think the Ravens are going to make the playoffs?" No, I've been saying it. No, they're not going to make the playoffs because the Ravens have an identity crisis. They don't know when. They don't know that they want to make Lamar into this guy who's going to throw like 30 to 40 attempts a game, and you don't need him to do that. See, Lamar's falling under what Dak fell under. They made Dak into something he wasn't. Just let him manage the game. It's nothing wrong with being a game manager. It's nothing wrong with it. You win more Super Bowls, in my opinion, as a game manager than you do as a gunslinger. That's just been facts. Joe Montana was a game manager. He wasn't a gunslinger. Johnny Unitas was a game manager. He just so happenly he could throw the deep ball like Tom Brady does. So they were game managers. They weren't slinging the damn ball everywhere. So I just tired of that notion. See, they're doing the Lamar Jackson what they did to Dak Prescott. And the Ravens know they're not going to make it. Now, the only way the Ravens can make it is if the Browns, if Baker Mayfield tries to win the game on his own, then the Ravens could come back and win and get to the playoffs. But the Browns are playing good football right now. Now they get Myles Garrett back. So they're going to be tough. And then they got Chubb back with Kareem Hunt, who they just they just killed whoever last week. And they could be dangerous. I just don't see the Ravens making it. I just don't. Like, I love Lamar Jackson, but they got too many holes, and then they got injuries on their defense. I don't know. Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown to me is a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver trying to be an X and a Z, and he's not an X or a Z. He's not like he can't. He's fast like his cousin, but he don't have the aptitude of football knowledge his cousin has. That's one thing I give Antonio Brown. He knows the game better than he and knows how to get open better. So that's my problem with the Ravens. And defensively, when they got rid of Earl, it shows. So we might as well just say that. It shows that Earl he made mistakes, but at the same time, he did cover up for a lot of, their mess.
Yep.
Exactly, C-Pen. The Ravens don't have a legit wide receiver. You're right. They don't. They don't have a legitimate wide receiver. Like I said, Hollywood Brown is a wide receiver trying to be an X or a Z. That's his problem. So go figure.
And the Hardballs, man, both them brothers, man, unfortunately, the game might be passing them by. The rah-rah cheerleader coaching style, pumping the fist. They had a little run, you know what I mean? One brother coached the San Francisco 49ers, went to the bowl, and the other one been to a bowl, and other one's at college. doing my Wolverines just something nasty right now. But you know, maybe the game them pass them out because both them was some, you know what I mean? If they was brothers, if they was niggas, the Hardballs would be coordinators or man,
Oh,
they might even be
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
We
they
know
might
that.
we know
they
that.
Jim
might even be trustees for a high school
yeah,
right about now.
Jim Harbaugh been stinking up the joint, and
Yes,
he
he
gets
has.
pass after pass.
Yes, he
Knowing that
has,
was his
man.
brother in Michigan, he would have been out after the first year. You ain't beat Ohio State or anybody. No.
Yeah, and they
They
not.
ain't beat Ohio State, bro, since I don't know. It's been like 13 years.
Yep, and that's their rival. They can't beat them once.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. I mean, but both these hardballs, unfortunately, it don't even have to be personal. Why can't it be business? The game
Right.
done passed you by. Similar, I mean, it's a good old boy club in all these sports where these individuals don't understand that sometimes players do not want to play for certain people because the game done passed them by. And I think the hardballs, I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. But I think their time is running out. Like this, they just ain't doing it no more, man. Go back to the coordinator position or you know, become a I don't know, sit your ass down.
Right. Because they don't change none of their system. They keep everything the same.
Exactly.
Nothing different. They don't mix nothing up.
Like
And it's showing.
it definitely shows. Meanwhile, like some of the no nonsense coaches, like and I don't know how you two feel about. I liked Michael Singletary. I really did, man. You know what
Mike
I'm
was
saying?
fine. That was my type of coach.
Okay, I thought it was, you know, you know, sometimes I know that's a controversial statement. He pushed the last man like he pushed the best man,
Yep.
and that's the type of man you want to play for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's just that's very frustrating now, man, for certain organizations. Joe Cool and HD, man. Like I don't know. I'm starting to realize that maybe there needs to be like a whitewash in all of these sports, especially the three major ones. We need a new coaching cycle, whether it's black man, white man, whoever, man. Like we need new blood. You know what I'm saying? Like I know they got McVay for the Rams,
Yeah.
but it's taking too long of a time, man. Like the enemy boy, or excuse me, enemy boy, the enemy guy, and a couple of these other young brothers, man, they need to get jobs as head coaches just to see how your league could flourish. It actually could be a good business move.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that. They don't
They
want
don't want to do it.
They don't want it to be the NBA.
They keep
Yeah.
they
They
keep
don't.
recycling the same coaches all around the league. That's all they
Oh, they
doing.
do it in the NBA too. They just,
Yeah.
they just do it more slicker.
Yeah, the NBA is full of BS too, man. Do you remember and I said this too in one of them videos, bro. Like, oh, how they forgot one of them videos where I was going off on KD, man, and Kyrie. I said, listen, man, y'all
Yeah.
brothers should give Jacques Vaughn a chance. I'm not saying Jacques Vaughn is Phil Jackson. I ain't saying he's terrible like
Why not? Why not? He could be. They should have
exactly.
put him there. They should have put him. He has way more experience than Steve Nash. I blasted that too on the video.
Yes, you did.
Steve
Yes,
Nash
you
is not
did.
no damn head coach. He didn't put in no groundwork to be a head coach. And he wasn't even on the level of a Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell was way better than him. As a player and as a coach. Sam Cassell went 3 different teams and got him to the playoffs. As a player and then as a coach, he's been around some of the greatest minds out there. So he should be a coach.
Because what kind of system Steve Nash gonna run? What kind he gonna run? He got D'Antoni as an
that
assistant.
same Phoenix Suns bullshit that never win. It's gonna be the regular season and the playoffs come, they gonna suck. It always happened every year with them with Phoenix. I used to get mad because I loved Phoenix. I wanted them to win so bad because I just wanted this small market team finally get some damn respect and love. Man, they going out here with these BS plays and man, I'm like, look, man.
Look, they had the best record. Didn't they have the best record in the league?
Yeah, they should, man. But them brothers should have gave Jacques Vaughn, and I don't want to hear that they don't have no pull. Kevin Durant and Kyrie could have said, you know what, bro, let's try something new, man. Let's give you a chance.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
Right.
You don't put no Steve Nash at no damn head coaching job. Like for a
it,
championship team like that, like Steve Kerr had okay, Steve, man, appreciate for coming by. See you later. I just feel like, look, man, Steve Kerr, they did the same thing with Steve Kerr, but that team was different. They had guys who were willing to sacrifice and move the ball. It's only one guy I'm worried about. It's Kyrie. That's it. I'm not worried
yeah.
about KD because look, if KD go down, like let's say something else get hurt. Knocking on
Mm-hmm.
wood, I hope it don't
Mm-hmm.
happen. Let's say something else get hurt on KD. What is Kyrie gonna do and everything? Are you gonna dominate the ball and say I'm finna shoot 50, 60 times, or you're going to pass the ball and give it to this guy, give it to that guy? Like your attempt should be down to like 12 or 13. Your shot attempts. It should be down to that if you want to win championships. But these players, I just don't know if I just don't know if I don't know if they have that in them to want to do that. Like Kyrie, like I got to get my buckets. They're so worried about their brand instead of letting it happen. They're trying to force it to happen, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Why?
Did you see he just I believe it was today where he made a statement, and I know you brothers will appreciate it. He said he's not speaking to the media. Look, it's fine and dandy, bro, but you don't even have to make the announcement. Just do it. Just don't speak to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said nothing but actors, brother. Like they really are. And Shaq said it first, which is ironic because Shaq is an actor himself.
Yeah,
but
he's a big actor.
You know what I'm saying? He's a big actor. But the NBA got so many storylines. It's like days of our lives. And we gonna watch because once again, I'm gonna always love watching the game itself, but it's been on mute for the last 4 or 5 years more than it used to be. I watch the game on mute. I put on some music because I just can't handle the dialogue, brother. Like sometimes I wish we could be chopping it up like we doing now and watching the game because these commentators, we need new commentators, man. Unfortunately, I don't got an issue really with Chuck and Shaq, but some of these other people like the Sage, whatever her name is, the mixed babe, Sage. She works for ESPN. She hates black men, man. You could just see a lot of these sisters for ESPN. They hate black men, bro. I could just see it like, okay, yeah, she's bitter. You know what I'm saying? She's been told like to always aim low, you know what I'm saying, and always find faults on us. And then like some of them other guys like Jalen Rose and them, I wish Jalen would do more game stuff, but until they switch it up, the mainstream sports liberal media, they're gonna keep taking hits from real men.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like Rakim the great said, the NBA is watered down. They only promote a handful of teams. And it's true. They only promote certain teams, and it's not the small markets. Like back in the day, they promoted every team. Like when somebody was playing, like even as famous as Michael Jordan was, it was always Chicago Bulls versus everybody or whoever they played. It never was just one guy. And not only that, it wasn't teams trying to form this team and form that team or form this team. It actually was actual basketball. That's why I commend what Donovan Mitchell did and De'Aaron Fox did, re-signing back to their teams. Nikola Vucevic, even though I don't like him as a player, I think the Magic need to get rid of him, but he signed back to a small market. And he showed that, look, I want to try to do this my way instead of just hopping on everybody's team. And it's just the truth. Like this, it's just not fun no more. You don't have fun enjoying basketball. Like, when was the last time you rushed home from work to get to watch the game? You can't remember because it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been way too. It's overdue, man. Unfortunately, and the league is really in a good place, and it's rich with young talent. As we both, or all three of us, probably all agree. Like we wouldn't have mind seeing, as C Pen for the win just said, Trey Young and Ja Morant, all these, we don't mind watching other people, man.
Right.
Like there's two. Why are they so scared to get off this nigga's nuts, man? Pause.
Well, because I just feel like they're scared to get off of them because I think they think the league would just collapse. But I don't think it would. I think the league would suffice because you'll actually have parity. And not only will you have parity, you basically will be like, man, I didn't know Memphis was this good. They playing Atlanta like it's the damn championship game. Like that's games we want to see. Like we want to see Orlando go against Miami, or we want to see the Knicks go against the Boston Celtics again, or against the Bulls again. You know, we want to see all of that. But the day and age that we're in is like they just like, nah, we don't want that. We just want to promote these little bitty teams. And it's like F everybody else. And I just don't get it. I just feel like that's detrimental to your sport. That's detrimental to your business. That's detrimental to trying to grow the game to me. You're not growing it the right way. You're growing it more like, oh, let me get this money here. Let me get that money there. It's cool to get money. Get your money. But at the end of the day, if you're not promoting these teams, what you need to do is you need to get rid of some teams and combine teams and cut it down back to 24 or 25 or wherever you had it. I mean, to me, that'll make it competitive again because it's not competitive no more. It's very weak right now. And then when you do have a competitive game, you ain't even know about it because they didn't promote it.
Right.
So, how I'm supposed to know?
I ain't never seen a league where the whole league is the villain and one nigga's the hero. I ain't never seen nothing like it, bro.
Exactly.
How's everybody a villain? Like they trying to make this dude like Jimmy Butler was a villain. Every round, Shannon and them other guys tried to hype up every round as if to say like the Lakers were a threat to lose. And then I would watch you guys and y'all kept it more real than even them. Like, look, man, they gonna let them get one game, but come on, let's be real. Who y'all fooling? And that's sad when you can predict the man's move. When you can predict the next move, you already know, man, it's fixed.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You already know, man. That's the way it is. You know, it's fake and everything, and all they want to do is just promote this and that. But to me, the game was heading downhill when they allowed him to change the All-Star game. That's when I was like,
yep,
it's definitely over. The All-Star game, I used to enjoy it. Now it's like I don't even watch it. It's just lame to me. Team LeBron, team whoever. It's like, come on, stop it. Like,
and what he really fails to realize, HD and Joe Cool and the chat, sorry. What he really fails to realize is if he would have just played his cards right for these last 10, 15 years and just naturally either win or lose and ease up on all this fake false humility BS, he would definitely have gained more stardom. But because he's let the white media and I hate to say he's let the far left control so much of his moves. He's controlled and it's too late. Now it's like, bro, we don't know when to believe you or not because you're so controlled. You're so controlled.
Now he changing his number. He changing his number from 23 to 6 now. So he can retire jerseys like Kobe. Like he always
man. Oh my gosh, boy.
That's what he do. He want to retire 2 jerseys like Kobe, dog. Already see it. It's so obvious what you're doing. I want to switch to number 6. Come on, dog. Like, it's just be your own person, dog.
He can't, man. He can't, bro. That's like some of that is a lack to not having a father or a father figure. Unfortunately, man, I see it. I'm like, see, that is a prime example of when a man has never been taught to be his own man. And I know somebody's gonna watch this and be like, they get caught up in the idolization of this man, but we see through that. Like, you're trying to be Kobe to the point where you're gonna end up like Tommy Morrison at the end of Rocky V.
True.
Yeah.
That's who he gonna be, man. They're gonna be chanting Kobe's name. They're gonna be chanting Kobe's name no matter what you do, man. Like, because it's too late. It's too late in the game. Like you want to be like him. And what's next, man? You gonna be raising your daughter, calling her little queen. I'm sure he's already gonna do it similar to Gianna. He does everything like everybody else, man.
Right. Right.
He's a follower.
It's
He's a follower.
nauseating.
He's not a leader.
Right.
He's not a leader. He's a follower.
You know what I mean? Like the China situation, all my man had to do was say, no disrespect to the Chinese government, but they never cared about what was happening to us over here. And that could have been the end of it. But when he started talking about whatever his name is, Moray and all that, so oh, here we go. The nigga trying to protect them pockets. Instead
Yeah.
of just being a man saying, I'll be honest with you, I'm not over there. I live here and all I can do is worry about this soil. But they
Right.
caught him. They think we forgot about the China thing, and I ain't never gonna forget because I'm literally like 45 minutes to an hour away from Cleveland. So I always hear about the situation with Tamir Rice. A lot of them brothers was like, that nigga been lost cool points. Talking about I need to hear more information. No, you like to jump on the social media woke bandwagon any other time. So why
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about Tamir Rice because Nike told him. It's Nike, y'all. Nike tells that dude what to do.
Oh,
Yo.
absolutely. Well, I've been on that. Like I've been on that, but the thing is that you want to be like somebody. First, you get the 23 to be like Michael Jordan. Then all of a sudden, you're wearing the headband to be like Iverson. Then you saw Kobe doing what he was doing and everything. Then you wanted to be like Kobe because you saw what he was doing and stuff. So you wanted to always be that. And to me, he never wanted to be LeBron. To me, he doesn't. To me, he's mad because he's lost. Like, even if he wins 2 more rings and he gets 6, they're gonna look at your numbers like, dude, you did it in 12 tries. So that's it. And then you go back and look at the teams he had, you're gonna be like, you should have won more. Right. You should have won more championships. To me, you should be 8-2 in the finals. To me, 8-2. The loss to the Spurs early in his career, and then the loss to the Warriors when they had KD. But you should have came back and won.
Yeah.
You should be 8-2. That should be your record, your finals record. But yet you're 4-6, and your fans celebrate you like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it's like, I'm not impressed. I just never been impressed by you. I've been trying to watch, and I can't watch a full game of him, like, because I fall asleep on it because it's that boring. His game is very slow and repetitive, and it's like, okay. And then he doesn't move the ball around a lot. He holds the ball, dribbles the life out of it. And it's like, this guy he just doesn't do it for me and everything.
And then him and Chris Paul with the flop thing in the early 2010s and up, when they started doing that flopping. And it's amazing that all these young folks, and even I guess there's adult LeBrownies too. You know what I mean? I don't want to
it's
flip.
a lot of them. Yeah, dog. It's a guy.
How can they forget all of that flopping, bro?
Man. Huge.
What you say, D?
Oh, my bad. I was saying that this guy who was at this barbershop I used to go to, he's a huge LeBron fan, dog. Like, he is huge. Like, I think he would marry that dude, dog.
He'd have to fight Shannon first.
That's serious.
Right. And Nick Wrong.
Yeah, oh man.
Oh, Nick Wrong. Oh god.
And Brian Warhol.
Yeah, Nick Wrong. And he that's another thing. The media now, the fan favorite. We saw that with Jordan, because I do like how HD be telling people like how he really didn't care for Jordan. And I had to sit back and think, Mike definitely got pampered, but it's just I never thought it would get to this level, to the point where there are nobody besides Skip Bayless who's starting to look like, damn man, you a puppet, man. Like, it's everybody loves this nigga. And it's not like we hate him. What the sad thing is, I hate what's behind him. I'm always looking at what's behind him, the movements, the fake platforms where he's fake so activism. Real. Yeah, that's fake. Thank you, Joe Cool. Thank you. We done. Like, all these switching numbers, how they always come back to 6. That's a deeper level. I guess that's another conversation for another time. But I definitely know he's into some deep some deep dark energy, if you know what I'm trying to lean at.
Oh,
And
I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
He
yeah.
definitely a part of them Devils. He's
Yeah, bro.
definitely a
Look,
part of the
he ain't
Devils.
in no Chicago. He
Yeah,
ain't in no Chicago gang. All right. He ain't no disciple. That nigga ain't
no,
no blood. He ain't no GD.
no.
So nigga, what you throwing up? What you throwing up, bro?
He throwing up what we know he throwing up.
Yeah,
Right.
And I'm proud of
It ain't the Illuminati either. It's something else. I keep telling these people, like, stop tying that with the Illuminati. We're the Illuminati. We're the children of the Hebrews, and we're the children of Israel.
Oh,
Stop
they taking this
all
shit down, HD.
that.
They gonna take this shit down.
They probably
I
are.
love it though.
They
I
probably
love
are.
it.
But we got 2 hours and a half in. Shoot, we good. Like, we still kicking. They ain't finna shut me down. I'm too small. You
Oh my god. But
get big. That's what it's gonna be like. Hold up, we gotta watch it.
yeah, bro. Yeah, but we chopping it up to I might as well just come out and say it. So, he's our age, HD. You know what I'm saying? So when he was in Akron, you know what I
Hold
mean? I'm
on.
on the west side of Pennsylvania, and it's like, look, we heard
Hey, who
about him.
did
The
it?
boy.
Who did it? Hold on real quick. Mr. V, he opened a school, but is that school really beneficial to us? It's a public school.
Thank you.
Not a private school or a charter school where you're able to pick your own curriculum. See, this what y'all. I taught for some years, Mr. V, so I know when you're able to teach your own curriculum, that is a big help to kids.
Yeah.
Him in that school, it's not helping kids. It's a public school. Public schools have one of the worst rankings across America, like as far as kids learning and actually.
Yeah.
You can look it up, but he didn't really do anything. Like, I'm happy he built the school. I'll give him kudos for that if you want to give him a 5, but it's not going to help us. It is not a charter school, Mr. V. Stop lying. You've lied.
No, it's not, bro. It's
You
not.
lied on Kobe. You lied on other guys, and now you lie. It's not a charter school. It's a public school, because if you go back and watch his speech, he dissed the charter schools in the same speech he was giving the love of public schools. So you can go look this up. I'm not finna look it up because I don't feel like it, and we're having a good convo right now.
Yeah,
So,
it's a public school, so it's also a shrine to this man. It's a
right,
Nike shrine, bro. It's a Nike shrine.
public
Nike
school.
paid for the school.
Right.
He didn't pay nothing.
Right. Nike.
He just said, make sure you put my face on it.
Right. That's all he does, dog.
Yep.
That's all he does. Started. Mr.
You look
V.
at that. You look at that school versus
V.
Jalen Rose's. Look at Jalen Rose's charter school versus his school.
Right.
Which one gonna come out better?
Right. But go ahead. Who did it? Go ahead
and that's phenomenal too, HD. That information, bro. Because that's what I do too, man. I got my own curriculum, man. When I come into schools, but I don't got a school. But anyway, man, I'm just saying, like, homie's neighborhood. You know what I mean? In Akron, it is a little bit I wouldn't call it the trap, but it's definitely run down. It's disenfranchised. His mom made a lot of poor decisions to put him in that predicament, and he did excel. You know what I'm saying? For all of the things and all of the setbacks and traps, so I'll give him kudos. But once again, what we was just talking about there, I had to do some questioning. Like, man, not being no weirdo or no stalker, but I had questions. I said, so where's the Bloods at? You know what I'm saying? I walked around and everything. Where's the Crips at? Where's all? Because I was trying to prove a point. This brother's throwing up gang signs, even though they're not really gang signs. And I feel sorry for a lot of the youth. We know what's up now. It's like you're making a mockery of us, meaning you think we don't know what you're doing, but we know where your allegiance is to, and it is not to black people. He is a liberal black. He is not a pro-black.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A liberal nigga will tell you, you know what I'm saying, he's down for the cause,
he's a token,
but he allows everything else. He'll allow every other movement to hijack our shit. Pardon me.
Right.
That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? He'll say, oh, it's all about the black man. But at the end of the day, he has a deeper, darker playing for our people.
Right.
And I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I don't care what nobody say.
That's dope.
Yeah. Well, he's a part of that dark code, and I know what you're talking about. But again, people, it's not called the Illuminati. Go do your research. They're devils. We refer to them as devils. That's what they are. And he basically is a part of that group. Those are his hand signals, are basically giving signs and throwing up to his God, or the one he looks to. It's not the ones that we look up to.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is LeBron's problem is you guys have to wake up and get out this brainwash. He built the school, that's cool and all, but at the same time, the school is really not beneficial to the black people or black community, in my opinion, how I feel from looking at it. If you feel that's different, that's cool. Like I said, you can come on here and debate us. We'll keep it more than fair with you. And Mr. V, I don't care if you feel he's better than Jordan, cool. I don't like Jordan. Joe likes Jordan because that's Joe Cool guy. I'm not a Jordan guy. I've never been a Jordan guy. You know, I don't care how many schools Iverson, Kobe, and them. I don't give a damn if you open the school or not. At the end of the day, we're still niggas. We're still being.
And Jalen Rose did, and Jalen Rose opened the school. And what's crazy is, I'm not trying to come at my brother because, you know, I'm not really sure, you know, Mr. V, if he's talking about like what superstars, but that's another thing. We keep putting titles on our people. Like Jalen Rose opened the school.
Right. Jalen Rose opened the school. So you don't talk about that, Mr. V. Like none of you guys talk about that. Y'all just talk about what LeBron did. LeBron's not the only black man doing something for people. He's not.
Right.
And when we criticize LeBron James, or I like to call him LeBrownie's blames, is his performances on the court with teams he's able to handpick.
Right.
He should not be as bad as he is. He should be better at what he does in year 18. He's not. This guy is being saved by the league. I watched every game of his, every dribble. He always gets saved. Since Cleveland days, he was getting pushed. He doesn't earn anything. He's not cut from that cloth. He's just not. But that doesn't mean that if you feel he's a great player today, that's fine. He could be in your top 1 or 5. But if you want to talk about all time, how are you going to put a guy all time when you've changed the game to the point where there's no power forwards, there's no centers, there's no player out here who has a distinguished difference between them than the next player. It's only like 4 or 5 players. In Jordan's era, everybody could play that way. Everybody had a left. Everybody had a right. Everybody could shoot. Everybody could defend. It wasn't no punk defense where you got to have your hands up like this, and if you breathe on somebody, it's a foul. No, they were getting knocked to the ground, knocked to the floor. That was basketball. And all you young cats, I get tired of hearing y'all always say, well, y'all need to move on from the old and come to the new. Well, y'all need to move from the no and go back to the old, because I have not been watching. I've only seen probably 4 or 5 great entertaining games these past 3-4 years I've ever seen. Maybe 3 or 4 great games. Back in the day, you had damn near a great game every night. It was a good game.
And and you know how it's out of order, bro. My fault. I'll let you finish.
Go
My
ahead,
bad.
go ahead. Who did it?
I was just gonna say, you know how it's out of order, bro. Like you got all these high flying dunkers like Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, but when we was coming up, it's unfortunate that your superstars could play also. So you had Mike, you had Neek, you had Dr. J, you had all these people, even like Sean Kemp later on. Hey, they also was putting up 25 and 10, and you know they was doing things like that. Everything's out of whack. So you got these dunkers who in the game, they be, you know, Zach LaVine's all right, Aaron Gordon's all right, but LeBron ain't never been in no dunk contest. And like I told you, I'm scared that Zion's not gonna get in the dunk contest, which makes your league watered down.
Cut you off who did it. I don't care about that contest shit. Skip Bayless brought that bullshit up a long time. LeBron don't need to be in the dunk contest because KD wasn't in one, nor was West, and they turned out to be fine players. So I don't hold that against them. My thing is, I just don't think he's a dunk contest dunker. He's not. Like, he does a basic dunk. It's that hard tomahawk, or he'll do an up and under reverse and then dunk it. Like, that's it. Like, he's
But
not.
that's the whole league, though, too. Like, your league don't have superstars who also are in the dunk contest. You see what I'm saying? Like, Blake Griffin might have been the last,
but it was
the
a different
last one that I remember.
But it was a different time, though, who did it, because Jordan played. That was the norm. You were supposed to do it, but the league got so soft that they allow people just to get away with not doing it. It's like what Vince Carter did it 1 year and didn't come back. It was like, okay, but Dominique did it every year, damn near, and he still went out there and gave you 82 games almost. So you got to understand the mentality different, the money's different. Now they're giving everything they want.
Yeah. They even changed, like you said, the All-Star game. So, you know, if Mr. V's still in the chat, man, with much respect, bro, I that's the stuff that we talking about, man. It's off the court crap, but even if we just stick into on the court, you changed the whole All-Star game for one man. Are you out of your mind? Like this, he ruined the game, man. He ruined it.
And he finna change the playoffs too, because it's finna be a damn round robin almost and stuff. And I knew about this from reading. So it's like, and then Cino was talking about it too. And then I also read it. So it's like, come on, man. It's like this league's just getting repetitive and getting ridiculous. But yeah, man, we going 241. I'm about to call it a night, man. I had a long day. But I appreciate both of y'all, man. I appreciate everyone who came in today to join the stream. I'm doing this every Saturday, and I'm gonna do one tomorrow, Sunday. We're gonna talk about something different and everything. So y'all be on the lookout and everything. So Mr. V, no one was watching it. You know why nobody was watching it? Because your punk king wasn't playing hard. He wasn't playing hard. All they did was play hard. That was it. When they changed, they played hard. All they had to do was play with effort. They weren't playing with effort because your king wasn't doing nothing. He was playing lackadaisical. Not only that, he was getting beat every All-Star game. So you guys be safe, man. Much love, Joe Cool, who did it, and everybody in the chat. Drew, Mr. V, thank you for stopping by. Steve, Damon, everybody who came in here, Rakim the GOAT or the Great, I think that's your name. Yeah, Rakim the Great. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. C-Pen, thanks for stopping by. Uncle Frank, thanks for stopping by, man. And we out, man. Much love to y'all, brothers. Be safe.
All right, Joe Cool. All right, HD. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.